Hey, we don't wish them good luck because the Wildcats are taking them on. And Lee Wexler, you've got some more information about tonight's game.
That's right, David. Tonight, the Lady Wildcats will try to win their second game of the season against the 2-1 Lady Tornadoes of Alcoa. Alcoa has won their last two games with wins over Cocke County and Elizabethton. Alcoa opened up their season with a loss to McMinn Central and are playing in their fourth straight home game. Lady Wildcats are playing their fourth away game of the early season with their only home game coming back on November 15th against York. Oak Ridge is 1-3 on the season with their lone win coming against South Doyle last week at Sevier County. Their losses have come against York, CAK, and Sevier County. All three of those losses have come against either state tournament teams from a year ago or a team that lost in the sectional, and that team was Sevier County. The season doesn't get any easier tonight for the Lady Wildcats as they face an Alcoa team that made it to the state semifinals a year ago. Last season, Oak Ridge and Alcoa split their season series with both teams losing on their home floor. Oak Ridge won the first game here at Alcoa 46-39, but then would go on to lose the game at the Wildcat Arena 70-66. And that loss was the first to Alcoa since the 2011 season. Oak Ridge leads the all-time series 42-4 since the first game back in 1974. Oak Ridge will need a strong performance against this experienced Lady Tornado team that dominates their opponents with great guard play. Oak Ridge will begin District 3 play next week with games against Powell and Central. Powell and Oak Ridge have played one another the past 2 years in the district championship game, with Oak Ridge winning both of those games. And Oak Ridge swept the Lady Panthers during the regular season as well. The Powell Panthers no longer have the Trum sisters, which were very dominant players for the past several years for Powell, and without them, this might be a down season for the Lady Panthers. But like Oak Ridge, Powell is 1-3 on the season, but the difference between the two is their losses, as their losses have come to Hardin Valley, Clinton, and Halls. So the teams they're playing have not exactly been powerhouses. Their lone win came against Anderson County. The game will be at Wildcat Arena on Tuesday. That would be next Tuesday. Oak Ridge travels to Central a week from tomorrow in another early season district game. Oak Ridge swept Central a year ago and have won 22 straight in the extremely lopsided series. Oak Ridge playing Central. The record all time against Central, Oak Ridge leads 103-1. 103-1 against Central. Amazing. The lone loss came in 2011. Next week we will broadcast that game on FM 92.7 as well as our other media outlets, prepradio.com, Channel 15, and on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Tonight we are live in Alcoa, and our sponsors for tonight's games are the Fox Insurance Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We're going to take our first break tonight and send it back to Brian Bennett at the station. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off of Oak Ridge at Alcoa here on FM 92.7. We'll be back to Alcoa High School in 3 minutes.
And we appreciate all of our sponsors of Oak Ridge High School basketball and football, baseball, whatever sport we're doing. Mark Hayes now joins us here at Alcoa. I think we're about to have the national anthem, but why don't you run down quickly the starting lineups for tonight's game?
All right, first for the Lady Wildcats, they'll come out with Demetria Strickland, followed by Zayana Stewart, Cannon Green, Bella Boone, and Jenna Johnson. Starting for Alcoa, they'll come out with Macy Ridge, Amelia Pfeiffer, I believe, Carly Hayworth, Ainsley Pfeiffer, and number 34, Mac Brimmer.
Looks like we're about to have the national anthem, so I'm going to send it back to Brian real quick. We'll be back with the tip-off in 2 minutes.
And now your starting lineup first from the visiting Oak Ridge Wildcats. Number 3, Strickland. Number 5, Stewart. Number 24, Green. Number 31, Boone. And number 34, Johnson. And now for the Alcoa Tornadoes, number 5, Macy Ridge. Number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer. Number 23, Carly Hayworth. Number 24, Ainsley.
And welcome back once again to Alcoa High School, just moments away from the tip-off of this ball game, the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Tornadoes. And Mark, I was telling you, and good to see you. I haven't seen you since, I guess, the first game of the year, the York Institute team. We've played several games since then. The Lady Wildcats schedule, and their record is 1-3 right now. Their schedule has been absolutely brutal. They have played teams that have been to the state tournament last year or made it to the sectional, with the exception of South Doyle, who they beat. So the competition level has been very, very high for Lady Wildcats, and they're right there. They're close, but just not enough to get the wins, and we'll have to see what happens here tonight.
Well, I mean, that's a proven formula in my opinion, David. It's, you play good quality teams to start out, and you play them as often as you can. I mean, that's exactly the formula that gets you to postseason. As you said, all these other teams, they've got postseason experience, and that's exactly what the Lady Vols want.
Ball tip control by the Lady Wildcats, and we are underway. Jenna Johnson gives it out to Zayana Stewart, and she dribbles the ball off her leg out of bounds. Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. Actually, Oak Ridge looked a little surprised, honestly, when the ball was up. It just kind of fell into the lap of Zay, and she came down the floor and turned the ball over. Here's a steal by Jenna. She pulls up and shoots, no good. Gets her own rebound, kicks the ball back out to Cannon around the left side. Demetria Strickland starting at the point for the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge working their offense, just underway. 7:35 to play in the first period. Lady Wildcats, Zayana Stewart, Bella Boone. There's the Lady Wildcats dribble right. Out to the top it goes. The other night against Sevier County, Demetria Strickland, who's starting at the point tonight, scored as the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. That's 2 turnovers for the Lady Wildcats. 2 turnovers for Oak Ridge. And Down the floor will come the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes. Dimitri had 4 threes to keep Oak Ridge in the ballgame against Sevier County.
Oh, very impressive. I love seeing those threes go down. They're such a game changer, David.
Here they come down the floor. Number 23 with the basketball, Carly Hayworth. She's a senior player. Out to the top of the circle, it goes to Macy Ridge. I remember calling most of these girls' names a year ago. We'll play them again in February. There's a backdoor play. They work the ball out to the free throw line. They'll drive in against Jenna. Shot is way off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Zay. And then a whistle blows. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Or either that or Zayana was out of bounds on the baseline. I think that's what it was. It'll be Alcoa basketball just underway. 6:56 to play. Ben George doing as they work the ball inbounds. Lady Wildcats had a breakdown somehow and an easy 2 points. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 6:48 to play, 2-0. Alcoa in the lead, although they haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Here comes Oak Ridge facing man-to-man. There comes the third turnover, unless Bella can save it, and she does. She's being harassed everywhere she goes. A lot of pressure being applied now by the Lady Tornadoes as Oak Ridge Jenna Johnson takes a 3 in the lead. Good. 3-point shot for Jenna Johnson, and Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 3-2. Alcoa really put some pressure on Oak Ridge right there.
Yeah, they really are, David. They're trying to really disrupt the offense of the Lady Wildcats, but fortunately that 3 for Jenna fell.
Here they come with the basketball, number 5 with it. Macy Ridge, she drives the baseline, block shot by Jenna, rebounded by Bella Boone. Over it goes to Jenna Johnson. The sophomore brings it across to Demetria to Zay. Zay cannot shoot, cannot drive. Thought about driving, will against the pressure, goes in for the shot, no good. Draws the foul and will shoot free throws. Head coach of the Alcoa Tornadoes is David Bauman. He's assisted by Taylor Brown and Jamie Delaney. It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line. It'll be the sophomore, Zayana Stewart, going to the free throw line. Yet to score in the ballgame, Oak Ridge in the lead, 3-2. 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Lady Wildcats trying to win their second game of the year as the free throw is up good. Zay knocks down the first one. That's a good sign. She went to the line quite a bit the other night against Sevier County. She's an aggressive player and draws a lot of fouls. She'll go back to the free throw line for her second attempt. Good. Lady Wildcat lead is 3. 5-2 the score over Alcoa. Here come the Lady Tornadoes wearing all white jerseys with maroon. The Wildcats in their road grays with cardinal and white. Their basketball, number 5 with it, Macy Ridge. Ridge drives in, they strip to the ball, double team, trap, a lot of trouble, has to give it up. Over it goes to Hayworth. Hayworth dribbling right, around a screen, left extension of the free throw line, works the ball to number 5, that's Ridge along the baseline, cut off there by Boone. Out to the top it goes to Hayworth. Hayworth, I remember her from a year ago. I think she fouled out of our ball game. She gets a layup right there, but she had long range, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think, anywhere in the gym, she's got free reign to shoot, David.
Wildcat basketball. Cannon had a 3 there, didn't take it. Now pulls up and shoots it. It's up off the rim, no good. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Tornadoes. 5-4 Oak Ridge in the lead. They're letting them play physical. There's a lot of bumping going on, which is okay with me as they try to work the ball down low. They work it in, unable to shoot. They work it along the baseline. There's a foul. That's something that the Lady Wildcats have got to be aware of, just the lob over the top of the smaller players. It'll be Alcoa going to the free throw line. 5:02 to play in the first quarter. And the PA announcer has an interesting voice there, Mark.
Yes, he does.
As they go to the free throw line, he does a good job, but it is one of those kind of fake radio voices that I never have tried to do because I would sound just like him. Free throw is missed, rebounded by Zayana. Wildcats maintain the lead. Here comes Zay down the floor to Cannon. Head fakes, drives in, will not shoot. Had an opportunity. Jenna thought about a 3. She's outside the line, backs it up to the point guard, and that is Demetria Strickland. Demetria with 14 points the other night against Sevier County. Cannot penetrate in. Jenna's free again. Shoots another 3. It's up. This one's short. Rebounded by the Lady Tornadoes. Pulling down the rebound, number 5 for them, Macy Ridge. Ridge across the way. They leave somebody wide open for a 3. She missed it, though. On the rebound, out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 4.5 minutes to play. They are letting them play tonight, Mark.
There was clearly an over back there, but right in front of the ref.
Floor drives in, and they're going to call a blocking foul against number 5, Macy Ridge. It'll be looks like the second team foul called against Alcoa. First against her. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. It'll be Demetria to work the ball in. And what's the call? It's going to be a holding foul against Alcoa, I do believe. And I think it's going to go against number 34 for them, Mac Brimmer. That'll be her first foul. The Wildcats working in Jenna Johnson. Jenna penetrates left, cannot shoot, backs it over to Green. Cannon at the top of the circle, back to Demetria. 4:19 to play. The Boone on the right extension of the free throw line. Gives it over to Zayana Stewart. Holds the ball in the right corner. In front of the Alcoa bench. Dribbles to the free throw line. Dribbles in the paint. Kicks it out to Green. Cannon drives left, stops. Goes back door to Jenna. Jenna fires it out to the top and throws it away. Pass intercepted by Hayworth. Here they come down the floor. Too many turnovers here in the early going for the Lady Wildcats, but they still maintain the lead. You cannot let her shoot, although she missed it. They get the rebound. Right back to the top it goes to Macy Ridge. Ridge in the corner. They lob it down low once again. That's a mismatch inside, and that's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give them the basketball. It'll be their ball underneath the goal. 3:44 to play first quarter. It'll be Alcoa basketball. Oak Ridge in the lead, 5-4. To work the ball in for them will be Carly Hayworth. Hayworth looks, fires it up high, and it comes to number 14. She works the ball to the top of the circle. Number 34 drives in. Shot is blocked. That had to be a foul against Jenna. They didn't call it. Then they say the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Alcoa. It's a football. I know this is a football school. These officials are letting them play football down on the basketball court.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I saw a holding call in basketball anyway, David. That's why I said 10 yards.
Lindsey Cleveland is in the ball game for the first time tonight, and she's fouled. Alcoa racking up some fouls here early. It's going to go against Brimmer, and that'll be her second. Team foul number 4 against Alcoa, and she'll have to come out of the ball game. Lady Wildcats, Lindsey Cleveland lobs it in the Green. Cannon dribbles in, free throw line, looks back door, comes cross court, throws the pass to Bella. Bella Boone dribbles in. She's going to be nearly stripped of the ball and is. Got to be stronger with it. They're aggressive as Lindsey Cleveland tries to harass that young lady everywhere she goes. 5-4. It's been a while since anybody's scored. She's dribbling all over the place. Left-handed shot, or pass anyway. They work the ball out wide open. Three-pointer, good. Three-point shot. I remember that from her in previous years as a timeout is asked for by Alcoa. 7-5 our score. Alcoa has the lead. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll send it back to Brian. We'll go in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. Lady Wildcats trailing 7-5 here as Oak Ridge works it into Zayana Stewart. A great move, goes in for the shot. She was fouled, but no call, but they're calling it that way on both ends of the floor, so you really can't complain as they bring the ball down the floor. With the basketball will come number 23. That'll be Carly Hayworth. Hayworth dribbles, bounce pass to the free throw line, goes out to number 34, or number 14 that is. That'll be Pfeiffer. Amelia Pfeiffer to number 5, drives in, pulls up, three-pointer on its way, good. Three-point shot knocked down by Kara Pitts, and the Lady Wildcats are down 10-5. Here's Lindsey Cleveland driving in for the Lady Wildcats, waits for her teammates, comes back to the midcourt circle. 2:15 to play, over goes to Demetria Strickland. Demetria dribbles right, penetrates, no place to go, and throws the ball away. Another turnover there for the Wildcats, goes out of bounds, and it'll be their basketball. 10-5 our score, back-to-back threes there for the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes.
Yeah, really big shots coming off the bench. That was Pitts with the last three for the Lady Tornadoes. That's another three's up, and it's good.
I'm seeing Coach Taylor tell them, come up, come up. That's 3 threes for them as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, trailing 13-5. Lindsey Cleveland works the ball out to the top. Cannon Green, top of the key, dribbles in, has a layup. It's blocked. Taken on the floor by the Tornadoes. They'll bring the ball down the floor with number 5. didn't have the numbers. They set for the fourth straight three. They missed it this time. Rebound, Zayana. They're going to call what? A foul on the floor, I believe, against the Lady Wildcats. 1:31 to play in the first quarter, 13-5. You talk about a physical ball game here. Second team foul called against Oak Ridge. It'll be their basketball. Alcoa to work the ball in with senior Carly Hayworth. Works the ball right side. Number 5 with it. Picked up by Jenna Johnson. Out to Hayworth. Dribbles right. The Wildcats pick her up with Demetria Strickland. Round to the top, it goes to Macy Ridge. She backs up to the midcourt circle. This Alcoa team made it to the Final Four in the state of Tennessee a year ago. The Wildcats and Lady Tornadoes split during the regular season. They leave her open again. She unloaded on us last year, and Coach Taylor wants a timeout. She hit a ton of those against us last year, although she got into foul trouble. It's another 3, and that's 4 here in the first quarter, and the Lady Wildcats trail with 1:06 to play. Mark, Lady Wildcats having trouble matching up against their three-point shooters.
Yeah, they are, and I think that's exactly why Coach Taylor took the time out there, because they simply cannot leave number 23, Hayworth, open like that, because if you leave her open, she'll take the shot. She's already 2 for 4 from beyond the three-point line.
Lee Wexler is doing our statistics of rebounds and steals today, also working the stream. We'll talk to him at halftime along with Mark's stats. Got Zach Norman doing camera work up top. Down below we have Ben George, Brian Bennett back at the studios. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball, the Lady Wildcats and guys return home for the first time since the 15th of November when they take on the Powell Panthers and Lady Panthers. And it'll be the first time in several years Lady Panthers won't have a Trum out on the floor for them.
That'd be good to watch, because those Trum girls, boy, they really did cause us problems. I was just looking at the scoreboard, 16-5. I remember it was 7-5, and so they scored at least 9 straight on us.
Right, and the Lady Wildcats had the lead early, but let's see what they can do. The Wildcats have not been able to get any good shots off. Lady Wildcats facing a very aggressive defense here as the Lady Wildcats work it over to Demetria Strickland. Inside it goes to Zay, looks for a backdoor cutting. Jenna Johnson can't get the ball to her, holds it left extension to the free throw line, tried to throw it off to Cannon. The ball ripped out of her hands, taken away by Doherty, and then the ball knocked out of bounds by a great hustle from Demetria Strickland. Lady Wildcats have got to be strong with their passes, and because these girls are just ripping them away from them.
Yeah, as you said, they're very aggressive defense by Alcoa. I mean, I enjoy watching it, but the Lady Wildcats, they just have to be ready for it.
Here they come with the top of the key pass. Over goes to Macy Ridge. Ridge is another senior player. She drives past her defender, throws one off the glass, up no good. Jenna has the rebound, and down the floor will come the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge pushes it up the floor. Driving with it will come Demetria. Good defense by Alcoa. Demetria sets for a 3. It's up no good. Lindsey Cleveland battles and gets the rebound. Sets it out to Zayana. Zayana has a 3, dribbles in the paint, has a layup. Right-handed off the glass, no good. Got to finish at the glass, and here comes Alcoa down the floor. And there's a steal. The Wildcats will get it. No. Did I see that wrong?
I thought it went off the foot of the Alcoa player, David.
It did, but that's Danny Chandler down there. 16-5 to score, 18.1 second to play here. With the basketball will come Alcoa, number 3 with it, Haley Bailey. Bailey guarded by Lindsey Cleveland. Bounce pass goes to the free throw line. They leave number 11 open. She drives the baseline. She took a walk down the lane there, and they finally called it. She took 3 steps at least.
Well, the ball got stuck on her hip, David, so she couldn't dribble and she couldn't pass. So she took 2 steps trying to corral the ball.
Here comes Oak Ridge with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Zay at the buzzer, no good, but she does draw the foul and will go to the free throw line with 0.1 second to play in the first quarter, and Oak Ridge trails 16-5 to Alcoa. Lady Wildcats have Demetria Strickland, Cannon Green, Zayana Stewart, Lindsey Cleveland, and Jenna Johnson in the ball game. 2 shots upcoming for Zayana. Here's the first one. It's up. Good. She's 3 for 3 at the line tonight. She'll have another one. 16-6 to score. The Lady Wildcats trailing. Zayana back to the free throw line. Paige Taylor is the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, assisted by Todd Wright and Christina Sims and Angela Phillips. Free throw is missed as the first quarter comes to a close. We have played 1 quarter of basketball here at Alcoa in the girls' game, and the Lady Wildcats trail it by a score of 16-6. We'll send it off to Brian. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Coach Gaddis at a basketball game, he's eating popcorn. A lot of buzzers. Number three for Alcoa looks like she's 12.
Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. Lady Wildcats find themselves trailing 16-6 as we start play here in the second period. Lady Wildcats, Demetria Strickland running the point for Lady Wildcats, finds Zay free. Got to get Jenna Johnson more involved in the offense as Zay's going to drive in inside the paint to the free throw line, finds Jenna free. Jenna drives in, pulls up, shoots in the paint. Shot is good. Jenna Johnson hits the one-handed jumper, and the Lady Wildcats trail 16-8. Here comes Alcoa, moving left to right, wearing their all-white jerseys with maroon. If you're listening to us on the radio, Lindsay Cleveland with a steal. Lindsay Cleveland, coast to coast, drives left side, pulls up and shoots and scores. Lindsay off the glass for her first 2 points. And the Lady Wildcats, just like that, using their defense, are back to within 6.
Yeah, outscored them 5-0 here in the second quarter, David. Great start to the second quarter for the Lady Wildcats.
Here comes Alcoa down the floor. They work the ball top of the circle. Number 2 with the basketball, Bella Doherty. She's a senior player. Alcoa by 6, 16-10. Their basketball. Number 3 with it. Out it goes to Bailey. 6:59 to play first half. The boys' game will follow here on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. PrepRadio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. A deflection, a near steal, saved by Alcoa inside the paint. Turning, backdoor play, intercepted by Lindsay Cleveland. 2 steals for her. Here comes Zay down the floor for the Lady Wildcats. To Jenna, throws the ball away. Tried to get the ball to Jenna Johnson. The ball was knocked away by the much bigger number 34, Mac Brimmer. She's a player of big size as Alcoa nearly throws the ball away. Number 3 with the basketball. Bailey with it. Lindsay Cleveland has given her all kinds of fits as they work the ball to the top of the circle. Over goes number 2, Doherty. Number 23, Hayworth backs up, swings it over to Bailey. Bailey back and forth to Hayworth. Works the ball down the baseline to Brimmer. Brimmer against Jenna. They work the ball for a three-pointer. That's going to be off the rim. No good. Cannon's got the rebound. Cannon Green with it. Over to Zay. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Moving right to left. Quick pass Jenna. Jenna Johnson blows past her defender, and she's fouled. Foul called against number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer. And that'll be her first foul. And that'll be the 16th foul called against the Lady Tornadoes. 16-10 the score. 5:58 to play here in the first half. And Jenna Johnson will go to the free throw line. What has she done tonight, Mark?
She has 5 points in the ball game, David, a 3 and a 2, and now is an opportunity to make the trifecta, and she does with the free throw.
Lady Wildcats down 5, 16-11. So Lady Wildcats making a little bit of a push here, and that's going to create an issue for Coach David Bauman. He's going to get number 34, Mac Brimmer, off the bench. She's going to come back in. I think she's playing with 2 fouls right now if she comes in, and she is indeed in the ball game. Out goes Pfeiffer. Jenna's second toss is up good. Lady Wildcats down 4, 16-12 the score. Although it's not up on the scoreboard yet, but I think that is, yes, there we go. Here they come down the floor. Alcoa had the lead by 10 earlier. Now it's down to 4. Lady Tornado basketball. Pfeiffer with it. Round it goes to Brimmer in the corner once again. They've extended out once again. Number 5 with the basketball. That's Macy Ridge. Back around the right side it goes to Hayworth. Hayworth works the ball inside, almost throws the ball away. Saved on the floor by Alcoa. They've got the basketball. Oak Ridge a little bit more aggressive in their zone as they work the ball to the right. Almost looks like a box and one right now. As they work the ball, back and forth they go. Lindsay Cleveland harassing Hayworth everywhere she goes. Back it goes to Ridge. Back to Hayworth. Jenna picks her up, just working the perimeter very patiently. 5:14 to play. Number 5 with it, Macy Ridge. The senior swings the ball once again to Hayworth. Jenna stays on her. She comes back to the right. They're just working the left side. Nothing's come over to the right. As they work the ball inside, they kick it out. Wide open three. That is off the rim. No good. Jenna Johnson on the rebound. Good series of defense right there for the Lady Wildcats.
Great defense, just not letting them penetrate or have any kind of open shot outside, David.
Lady Wildcats with the basketball. Then another foul is going to be called against the Lady Tornadoes. It's going to go against Carly Hayworth, and that is her first, team foul number 7. And Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line. That'll be the one of the bonus, and Demetria Strickland, the junior, will go to the free throw line. What has Demetria done to this point?
Demetria has yet to score. She has attempted 1 3-pointer, David.
First shot is good. Lady Wildcats struggled at the free throw line on Monday night against Sevier County, doing a much better job here. Can close the gap to 2 if Demetria hits this one. Pushes it up there, good. Lady Wildcats down 16-14 after being down by 10.
8-0 run.
An 8-0 run, Mark says, as the
In this quarter.
Lady Tornadoes bring the ball down the floor. Out it goes to Hayworth. Hayworth swings the ball right. They get a 3 off. It's on its way. No good. Rebound, Jenna Johnson. So after hitting a lot of threes earlier, Jenna's going to drive in, pull up, shoot off the glass. No good. Reach in. Jump ball should be called. I think they're going to call a foul. Personal foul is going to be called. And there might have been some words, and one of the officials tracking down, I think maybe Demetria, and that is the case. Demetria might have said something. She just turned her back on the official, and she's going to come out of the game. 16-14 the score. Now the official comes over to have words with Paige Taylor. Coach Taylor says, okay, I understand. I will handle that, and she does, and brings Demetria out of the ball game. That conversation's continuing. So official could have called something else, obviously, but he did not.
Yeah, well, I think that's well handled by the referee. He didn't let it go, but he also didn't take it too far.
The Wildcats got to pick up their defensive assignments. Alcoa basketball. They're switching around a lot. Now it goes to Hayworth. 4:09 to play in the first half. Lady Wildcats down 16-14. With the basketball, Lady Tornadoes. Hayworth shakes, bakes, gives it out to the top of the circle. They want to shoot a 3. Lady Wildcats, Cannon Green stops Macy Ridge from taking a shot. Lindsey Cleveland's in the ball game right now for Lady Wildcats. She's obviously one of the better defenders on the team, if not the best, as Bella almost steals the ball away. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Great play. Jenna Johnson knocks it off the body of Ansley Pfeiffer, and the Lady Wildcats will get it. Oak Ridge's defense all of a sudden here in the second quarter looks totally different.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that 3-2 defense that they're running there, David, is really disrupting the offense, what the offense wants to do for Alcoa.
Zay with the basketball. Harass gives it off to the left side of Bella. Around a Cannon Green. Lady Wildcats down 2. Zay wants to drive. Obviously always wants to drive. Kicks it out Cannon. Cannon drives in. Back to Zay. Zay in the corner. Pulls up. Shoots a 3. Good. 3-point shot. And the Lady Wildcats retakes the leads. Oak Ridge now on top, 17-16, all the way back from 10 down.
Yeah, as we said, David, Alcoa yet to score here in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats on a 11-0 run, and they're about to get another turnover.
Almost, as they work the ball in for it should be a charge, and it is. Offensive player control foul set up by Zayana Stewart, and the Oak Ridge crowd is loud here tonight at Alcoa.
That foul will go against Amelia Pfeiffer, David, another starter for Alcoa. She picks up her second foul. So now Alcoa with Bremer and Pfeiffer in foul trouble.
17-16, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. 2:56 to play here in the second period. Wildcat basketball. Zayana Stewart gets the play from the head coach of the Lady Wildcats. She runs the point, dribbles all the way to the hole, takes it in. Good! Count it! No, he called an offensive player control foul. Might have been a good call. I think she had been standing there a while, but that would have been a huge play right there for the Lady Wildcats.
It really would have, Dave, but I actually agree with the call. I think the girl was well set there in the lane, and Zayana just ran into her.
For Zayana, that's personal foul number 2. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 17-16. Lady Wildcats playing with Jenna Johnson, Ayana, or actually looks like Demetria back in, Lindsey Cleveland, Cannon Green, Bella Boone. They drive the baseline. They throw up a shot. It's ugly. No good. Wow. Out to the top it goes. They drive in, penetrate. Bella, that's got to be a jump ball, and he called it. So, I'm telling you, the officiating the last 2 ball games have been really, really good. The alternate possession here will give them the ball, though. This is a physical game. They are just letting them play. I mean, which, as they work the ball in, they'll dribble in the paint. Left extension of the free throw line back to Hayworth. Hayworth guarded by Lindsey Cleveland. Lindsey Cleveland is just a super defensive player.
Yeah, she's a really good match for Hayworth for Alcoa, I believe. I think she matches energy for energy.
Here's a three on its way. That's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Lady Wildcats trail again by 2. She's a good shooter. We saw her bomb those in last year as the Lady Wildcats trailed 19-17 now. Minute 57 to play here in the second period from Alcoa. Boys game to follow here. Oak Ridge, 5-second count is on. Here's Lindsay looking backdoor and lost the handle of the basketball. And here comes Hayworth down the floor. Stops. Thought about shooting a three. They worked the ball in. And they're going to call a reach-in foul against Oak Ridge. Team foul number, 5 against the Lady Wildcats. She was hopping in the lane, so it shouldn't be a shooting violation. It'll be their basketball. Jenna picks up her first personal foul. It'll be Alcoa basketball underneath the goal. To work the ball in for them, senior Macy Ridge. Oak Ridge cheerleaders a little bit in the way there. It'll be their basketball. They lead Oak Ridge by 2, 19-17. Here's the pass, and it comes. Hayworth, long three. That's going to be short. Hits the rim, rebounded on the deflection from Bella to Lindsey Cleveland. Lindsey spins out of trouble, brings the ball down the floor, waits for her teammates. Jenna Johnson, top of the circle. Dribbles in, thought about driving all the way through. Unable to do it. Back to the goal. Goes turnover. It'll be their basketball coming back the other way. 19-17 the score.
Lee just told us 10 turnovers so far from the Lady Wildcats, David.
And yet they're still in it. 19-17 the score. Got to do a better job handling the basketball. This is a big team for sure. As they work the ball, good defense by Oak Ridge. They just penetrate. Now they get the ball inside against Bella. She forces that girl to not take a good shot. They put up a shot, no good. Rebounded, no good. Foul called against Oak Ridge. Physical game here from Alcoa High School. A minute 1 to play. It'll be foul called against Bella Boone. And to the free throw line will go number 24, Ansley Pfeiffer. Yet to score. And still yet to score. She's 0 of 3 from the free throw line. 19-17, Oak Ridge trails. A minute 1 to play, second quarter. Toss up, she missed them both. Rebound to Lindsey Cleveland coming out of there with the basketball. Lindsey brings the ball down the floor. It lobs it alongside to Demetria. Turns, spins, kicks it out to Jenna Johnson. Johnson penetrates in. Right elbow back to Cleveland at the free throw line. No place to go. Needs a lot of help. Finds Cannon free, and she throws the ball off the body of one of the Lady Tornadoes out of bounds. 42.4 seconds to play here in the first half. 19-17 is our score. It'll be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. Demetria Strickland on the baseline to Jenna. Free from 8 feet out. Good. Jenna ties the ball game at 19. She's got 9 points in the ball game. 35 seconds to play. Here they come down the floor. Number 11 drives in. Bella fouls her. That'll be the 16th foul, and one of the Lady Tornadoes took a nasty fall. That's Carly Hayworth. I think she'll be okay, and she's going to get up on her own power. Bella picks up her third foul. Lady Wildcats are shorthanded anyway. It was not a shooting violation, so they cannot send her. It's the 7th foul. Thank you. I knew it wasn't a shooting violation. It's going to send the Tornadoes at the line. It'll be Kara Pitts, sophomore player. She'll have 1 and the bonus. Lady Wildcats and Lady Tornadoes tied at 19, 30.8 seconds to play. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're streaming live on our Prep Radio channel on YouTube. As number 11, Kara Pitts goes to the line. She has 3 points in the game. Her first attempts from the line. I don't know if there's some blood on Jenna Johnson's hands. I'm looking for Brian Leffler, the trainer. And let's see.
Break.
He's on break. I saw him wandering around with a water bottle a minute ago. And we looked for Brian, and now he was filling up water bottles there with his coat on. That'll send Pitts to the free throw line. Pitts guns the first one up there. Good. Alcoa retakes the lead by 1. 20-19 the score. The sophomore goes back to the free throw line for Alcoa. Puts the second toss up there, and it is good. Lady Wildcats trailing again by 2, 21-19. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Lindsey Cleveland to the hole, strong, no good. Draws a foul from the Lady Tornadoes. I think it'll go against Bella Doherty. I think that's the case. And with 25.7 seconds, the sophomore Lindsey Cleveland will go to the free throw line. Lindsey looks at the first toss. She'll have 2, fouled in the act of shooting. Puts it on its way, high arcing shot, good. Bella Doherty picks up her first foul for Alcoa. 21-20 the score. Lindsey Cleveland can tie it right here at the line with 25.7 seconds to play in the first half. Toss, good. High arcing shot, and the Lady Wildcats are tied at 21 with Alcoa. 4 points now for Lindsey Cleveland. Here they come down the floor for the final shot here in the first half. Lady Wildcats working hard defensively. Number 5, Macy Ridge with it. They work the ball to the right, back to the left, 11 seconds. Number 5, Ridge dribbles, drives, kicks it out for 3. It's good. Wildcats with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Lindsey's going to shoot the ball. Wasn't aware of the time as the first half comes to a close. A couple thoughts come to my mind here, and we'll get Lee's totals of steals later, or turnovers for the Lady Wildcats. But Lady Wildcats found themselves down big time by about 10 at least in the first half. Rallied back, actually took the lead. Now trail on a last-second 3 by the Lady Tornadoes. A really an exciting, interesting first half of basketball.
It really was, David. I mean, just looking at the stat sheet here, Lady Wildcats, after trailing 16-6 at the end of the first quarter, outscored the Lady Tornadoes 15-8 in the second quarter to, pull within 3 points. Obviously they hit that 1-3 just at the very end of the first half.
24-21 is our score. It's going to take us to a break here from Alcoa High School. I want to remind everybody we do not play tomorrow. The Wildcats and Lady Wildcats will be at home on Tuesday against Powell. Then a week from tomorrow, Lady Wildcats will travel to Central. 24-21 is our score. Lady Wildcats down 3. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian. We'll come back and look at the stats following this 3-minute timeout. or who wants to bring it up?
I'll bring it out. You go ahead. Marquez back here at Alcoa High School, where at the half, the Lady Wildcats trail 24-21 over the Lady Tornadoes of Alcoa. Look at the statistics first for Oak Ridge. They're led in scoring by Jenna Johnson. She has 9 points in the first half. She's 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, with 6 points. Zayana Stewart, she's 1 of 3 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 points added by Lindsay Cleveland off the bench, 1 of 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and then rounding out the scoring for the Lady Wildcats is Demetria Strickland. She has 2 points, both from the free throw line, where she's 2 of 2. So as a team, Lady Wildcats are 5 of 13 from the field. They're 3 of 9 in twos, 2 of 4 in threes, and they're an impressive 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Lady Tornadoes, they're led in scoring, no surprise, by Carly Hayworth. She has 11. She's 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 of those from beyond the three-point line. With 5 points is Kara Pitts. She came off the bench to be 1 of 2 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 points added by Bella Dougherty, also off the bench, 1 of 2 from beyond three-point line. Macy Ridge with 3 points as well. She started. She's 1 of 4 from the field, and 2 points from Mac Brimmer. She's got, as I said, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field. As a team, the Lady Tornadoes in the first half, 8 of 21 from the field, breaking it down. They're 2 of 8 in twos, and they're 6 of 13 from three-point land and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. As we said earlier, the Lady Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter 16-6, and then outscored the Lady Tornadoes in the second quarter 15-8. And they have cut the lead to 3 points as the Lady Wildcats trail 24-21 at the half. Lee?
Thanks a lot, Mark. Going to run down a few other stats here, looking at total rebounds and steals in the first half for both teams. Oak Ridge with 11 rebounds and 3 steals. Alcoa, 9 rebounds and 1 steal. Looking at turnovers, Oak Ridge turned the ball over twice the amount of turnovers as Alcoa. Oak Ridge with 10 turnovers in the first half, with Alcoa only 5. For Oak Ridge, Demetria Strickland and number 24, Cannon Green, number 31, Bella Boone, each had 1 rebound. Number 5, Zayana Stewart with 2 rebounds. Number 12, Lindsay Cleveland had 3 rebounds. She also had 2 steals. Number 24, Cannon Green, also had a rebound, if I forgot to mention that. Number 34, Jenna Johnson, also had a steal. That's 11 rebounds and 3 steals for Oak Ridge, and like I said, 10 turnovers. They have twice as many turnovers as Alcoa. That's something Oak Ridge seemed to struggle with the other night at Sevier County, was turnovers. Looking at Alcoa, number 5, Macy Ridge, she has 3 rebounds. Number 11, Kara Pitts with 1 rebound. Number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer with 2 rebounds. Number 23, Carly Hayworth with 1. Number 24, Ainsley Pfeiffer with 2 rebounds. And then Alcoa's only steal of the ball game came from number 34, Mac Bremer. And like I mentioned, Alcoa with 5 turnovers in the ball game. So Oak Ridge 10 turnovers, Alcoa 5. And that's something Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats, would like to clean up in their game. That would be with turnovers. That's all the stats we have in the first half with Mark Haste and Lee Wexler. We're going to go to break here. We will be back to Alcoa High School in 60 seconds.
David Clary back here along with Mark Hayes, Lee Wexler, Zach Dorman, Ben George, Brian Bennett back in the studios of FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Second half is about to get underway here. The Lady Wildcats down 3, 24-21 in what has been an entertaining ball game to this point. Boys game will follow here on the radio, on the stream, and we know the stream is jumpy today. In this gym, for whatever reason, there isn't a great internet signal. We had a great one, obviously, at Sevier County and even Pigeon Forge, but for whatever reason, we just don't have a great signal in here. It's a big, heavy concrete metal building, and just really having trouble getting the signal out of here. Oak Ridge with the basketball first as we start play here. Lady Wildcats come out with Cannon Green, Bella Boone, Demetria Strickland, Jenna Johnson, and Zayana Stewart. Three-pointer, good! Three-point shot for Demetria Strickland, and the Lady Wildcats tie the ball game. Demetria's fifth point of the game and her first three. She had 4 the other night against Sevier County. 24-24 the score. Good start for the Lady Wildcats.
Great start, David. Just kind of adding on to the second quarter that they had, outscoring, as I said, outscoring them 15-8.
Their basketball, number 23, launches a three. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Bella Boone. It'll be Alcoa basketball underneath the goal. 24-24 the score. The two teams split last year with each team winning on the other's home floor, which is a little bit unusual, but it happens sometimes. They work the ball in, and it comes to the Hayworth. Hayworth top of the circle. Over it goes to the right wing to Ridge. To number 34, that's Brimmer back in the ball game. Brimmer on a bounce pass. 7:06 to play here in the third period. They work the ball on the free throw line. Shot is on its way. Good. Foul called. They have got to react a little bit quicker. They've got to either close down the lane there and do it a little quicker, because this is a big girl. She's, as Oak Ridge's Bella Boone picks up her fourth foul, she's got to be a little quicker to close that gap.
Yeah, she does, David. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that call. That's kind of a ticky-tack call in my opinion, but they may have decided to kind of tighten it up here in the second half.
Three-point opportunity. She missed it. Rebounded by Zayana Stewart. Lady Wildcats will get Lindsay Cleveland back in the ball game. Lady Wildcats are just going to have to go with 5 guards here, it looks like, if you consider Jenna to be a guard. Zayana double team. No place to go except up to the glass. Good. Great pivot move, as Mark said, by Zayana Stewart, and we're tied at 26. 8 points in the game for Zay. 26-26 to score. 5:38 to play in the third period. Lady Wildcats and Lady Tornadoes here at Alcoa High School. For the basketball, number 24, that's Ansley Pfeiffer. To Hayworth for 3, wide open. She missed it. Rebound, Zayana Stewart. Lady Wildcats with a chance to retake the lead. Here comes Zay down the floor. Pushes it to the free throw line. Harassed by Hayworth. Has to back up with it. Gives it off to Demetria. Three-pointer. It's on target. No good. Rebound, Lady Tornadoes. Pulling down the board is Amelia Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer down the left side. Over in the corner it goes. They work cutting inside. Turning, spinning, shooting good. They score off the glass. Lady Wildcats just don't have anybody to match up with the size they have inside.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage of that mismatch, David. As you said, they're just much taller than we are.
Cannon Green, free throw line jumper is up, no good. Rebound to the Lady Tornadoes. Lady Wildcats trying to reach in a little bit too aggressively, and I think they're going to call a foul against Zayana Stewart. 28-26, Zay picks up her third. Lady Wildcats are limited tonight. They do not have the ability to play Ayanna Porter tonight. She's been out this week. So Lady Wildcats have what they have. A freshman on the bench right now. No other, maybe one sophomore, but for the most part, they're very shorthanded. Of course, Anaya Porter will be joining the team at some point as they get a shot off the glass. Good. They score inside with Amelia Pfeiffer. Lady Wildcats have no answer for her and their size. Cannon Green with the basketball, looks to Jenna. We got to get Jenna involved. I know it's a big battle inside, and she's truly the only post in there as Lady Wildcats give it over to Stewart. 30-26 to score. It's a 4-point lead. Zayana attacks, and she's fouled. Personal foul will go against number 34 for them, Mac Brimmer. That's her third personal foul. 4-point lead for the Lady Tornadoes. 30-26 to score. Oak Ridge works into Zay. Turns, spins, drives, shoots. No good. Had the rebound, got knocked down by Brimmer, and down the floor will come the Lady Tornadoes, trying to increase their lead. It's up to 4 right now. Number 5 with it, dribbles in against Green, swings the ball to the left corner, three-pointer, it's good. 3-point shot, and Coach Bauman calls a timeout. So just like that, the Lady Wildcats are down 33-26, but we've seen this same movie before. Lady Wildcats fell behind by 10, actually came back to take the lead. Lady Wildcats did it with their defense. They're going to have to do it with their defense here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but it seems like the perimeter defense, where it was extremely in your face in the second quarter, it's not quite. They've kind of let off that a little bit here in the third quarter, and I think that's made the difference.
Well, most likely that's what Coach Taylor is kind of reiterating to them. We've got to continue to be aggressive. We got to fight against these girls. They're bigger than us. I mean, that is we can't do anything about that. But you can out hustle somebody. That's the key.
Yeah, I mean, they like to take the three, David. I mean, they were, 6 of 13 from three-point land earlier. They took almost twice as many three-point shots as they did two-point shots in the first half.
Lady Wildcats trailing 33-26 as we broadcast here from Alcoa's high school gym. We know the stream is a little bit antsy right now as Demetria works the ball inside the paint, guarded closely by Hayworth, stops, throws it off to Lindsey Cleveland at the free throw line to Green. Cannon's got to provide a little offense for the Wildcats. She attempts to right now, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, jump ball, and the alternate possession arrow will give the ball to Alcoa. Lady Wildcats have got to get some other scoring if they're going to leave some people open. Those young ladies have got to score, and they're really harassing Zay and Jenna everywhere they go. So Cannon, Lindsay, and Demetria are going to have to take up the slack.
Yeah, looking at David, we only have 3 of our 5 starters that actually scored in the game. Only 4 total girls have scored for Lady Wildcats.
4 minutes to play third quarter, 33-26 to score. Their basketball. Number 14, that's Amelia Pfeiffer. Guarded by Jenna Johnson. She throws the ball down low. They get a shot up. No good. Wildcats have nobody rebounding underneath there to get the board. And just like that, they're back up by 9. 35-26. Lady Wildcats got to find somebody to score. Demetria drives the baseline, and she's going to be fouled on the floor. And an aggressive elbow that time as Kelly Hayworth is going to be called for the foul. She's the one who caught the brunt of it from Demetria, kind of saying, get off me. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. To work the ball in will be Oak Ridge's Lindsey Cleveland. Lindsay fires it into Zay. Lady Wildcats got to find offense. Three-pointer by Zay. Good. Three-point shot. Zayana Stewart. She bombs it in from the top of the circle. She's got 11, and the Lady Wildcats trail by 6. 35-29 the score. Here comes Hayworth. Stopping, picks up her dribble, goes back door. Nice pass. Beautiful pass there, Mark.
It really was. That was kind of like a Magic Johnson pass there, David, from the point guard.
37-29, Oak Ridge down 8. Demetria dribbles in all the way to the hole. Has her shot blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Alcoa. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. We're in the third period, 3:08 to play. 37-29 is our score. Lady Wildcats, Lindsey Cleveland. 5-second count is on. She lobs it into Zay. Zay attacks. Inside the paint, nice move. Pulls up, shoots. A little short, gets her own rebound, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tornadoes. Zay almost picked up her 4th foul. Here they come down the floor all the way coast to coast with it. Out to the top it goes to Ridge. Macy Ridge drives. Nice pass inside. Kicking it out once again, it goes to Pfeiffer. 2:48 to play third quarter. The Wildcats denied the easy underneath shot this time. Hayworth drives in, kicks it out once again. Penetrate and shoot. They miss it. Hayworth on the rebound, swings it out once again. Lady Wildcats, I'll be eager to find out what the rebounding totals are. I know we're not getting a whole bunch of them. They're bigger. As they drive in, number 5 turns, spin, shoots. Good. They score inside. Lady Wildcats are down again by 8. 37-39. The ball knocked out by Hayworth. Lady Wildcats playing with Lindsey Cleveland, Demetria Strickland, and Coach Taylor wants a timeout. Take it with them. Lady Wildcats down 39-29, a 10-point game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Wildcats now find themselves down 10, 39-29. Pregame is set there. They're out rebounding. Soakers works into 10. And then Kevin against the Lady Tornadoes, number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer. Bobby Pfeiffer's third. Now they're shooting.
Foul on Amelia Pfeiffer, her third, team foul.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah, I'd love to see her a little bit more aggressive on the inside. I mean, she stands out there and shoots the threes quite often, but we need her inside.
Here comes Zay off the glass for the shot. Good. Zayana Stewart scores for the Lady Wildcats. 39-31 the score. Zay having a really good night tonight. 13 points. Wildcats need some stops on defense here. They don't get one. Shot is off the glass. Good by Amelia Pfeiffer. Here they come down the floor. Lady Wildcats down again by 10. 41-31 the score. Jenna Johnson's going to take her defender to the hole. Off the glass shot, no good. Rebound, big battle for it. They finally blow the whistle. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to Oak Ridge. 41-31 the score. Are you doing the PA, Mark?
I'm not.
Not picking on him. At least he's doing it. He's probably a volunteer, and at least he's doing it. We'll give him that. He is kind of funny to listen to as Oak Ridge works it into Demetria. Three-pointer, it's going to be short. Rebound to the Lady Tornadoes. Oak Ridge down 41-31. Minute 38 to play here at Alcoa High School. Wildcats start district play on Tuesday against Powell as they drive in for a shot. Good. Lady Wildcats allow Mac Brimmer to score. The inbounds is knocked and stolen away. Lady Wildcats another turnover. And Hayworth now dribbles off her foot out of bounds. Wildcats will get it. Hayworth doesn't like it. She argues. I don't think she's going to win this one. I think it went right off her foot. It'll be Oak Ridge with a basketball. Eventually getting it in, and it comes to Demetria Strickland. 12-point Lady Tornado lead. 43-31, a minute 13 to play in the third period. Angela Phillips Wright is on the bench for the Lady Wildcats. She's a volunteer assistant coach for the Lady Wildcats. Wildcats turn the ball over again. Threw the ball away. Here they come down the floor. Lady Wildcats don't have much depth right now except freshmen as Hayworth gets the ball top of the circle. And we were commenting earlier that she's a really good matchup with Hayworth. Hayworth now being guarded out high as they get another shot off the glass. Lindsay had the rebound. She pulls it down. She's fouled, I think, by Brimmer, and that'll be her fourth if it's indeed against her. 42.2 seconds. It is her fourth foul, team foul number 4 against them. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 43-31, the Lady Wildcats trailing, 42.2 seconds. Lady Wildcats coming down the floor. Oak Ridge has Bella Boone on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Ayana Porter will not shoot. Goes backdoor, had her for a moment, and then a jump ball is called, the alternate possession arrow. I think Cannon thought Demetria was going to cut along the baseline, a backdoor cut, but I think she was a little bit too close to the defender, and Cannon decided not to throw it.
Yeah, it's probably a good call not to make that pass, David. It's kind of risky as we got less than 15 seconds here in the third quarter, but she's got to kind of chin that ball a little bit better. Oh, there's that same pass.
Nice shot again by Alcoa. Lady Wildcats then turn the ball over on the inbounds, and they get a 3 off. It's no good as the third quarter comes to a close. After 3 quarters of basketball here at Alcoa, Lady Wildcats, a struggle. In the third period, they trail it now by a score of, according to the scoreboard, 45-31. We'll be back to Alcoa in 60 seconds.
Yeah, Lady Wildcats struggling with turnovers. That is 14 turnovers to 6. So Oak Ridge once again struggling in the turnover area part of the game.
That was Lee Wexler as we're about to start play here in the third. Ball's knocked out by Oak Ridge, or off of Oak Ridge. The Wildcats get the ball back off of Alcoa, and they'll start over here with the Wildcats trying to get the ball inside to Jenna, and she turns, can't get the pass. Tried to get forced in there. Here comes Hayworth down the floor, all the way in for the shot. Good. Lady Wildcats now might be getting tired here. These girls have played most of the ball game. Lady Wildcats are down 16 now, the biggest lead as the Wildcats turn it over again. Down the floor it goes to Macy Ridge. Dribbles in, layup. Good. Coach Taylor might want to call a timeout. She goes to the official and says, we need a timeout. Just like that, Mark, it's ballooned up to 18 points here, and I think it's fatigue, honestly. I'll just tell you, to be honest with you, their passes are getting a little short, and they've just turned the ball over.
Yeah, and I think I remember Coach Taylor saying, the Lady Wildcats are not used to a team being as faster than them. So that kind of surprises me tonight that they are getting out-hustled. And as you said, they're quite fatigued here in the second half.
They just don't have the depth right now with Ayanna Porter not here. Obviously, that's a problem. She's obviously one of the leading scorers, if not the leading scorer on the year. And obviously, we also don't have tonight, Anaya Porter, and she's coming off knee surgery.
How many times?
49-31 is our score. Lady Wildcats trailing 49-31. Mark, Lady Wildcats down 18 right now, looking at a 1-4 start.
Yeah, after pulling it so close there in the second quarter, David, actually tied late in the second quarter. I was looking at the stats, and Alcoa outscored the Lady Wildcats in the third quarter 21-10, so big difference.
49-31 the score here, 7:23 to play. Lady Wildcats playing with Demetria Strickland. Lady Wildcats with the basketball. Demetria dribbles past her defender Hayworth. Demetria looks for Lindsey Cleveland, holds it, fires it out here to Zayana Stewart, who's got it. Over it goes to Jenna. Jenna drives in for the shot, no good. Draws the foul from number 24, Ainsley Pfeiffer. That'll be her second, and Jenna Johnson will go to the free throw line. I don't think Jenna's scored at all here in the second half.
No, she has not. She had 9 in the first half, and she's stayed right there. She's only 0 of 1 in the second quarter. The second half. So she just really hadn't had that many opportunities.
Missed the first free throw. She'll have another one here. The boys' game will follow. We'll hope you stay tuned for that. We know on the stream right now it's a little bit jumpy. It's the internet. We apologize for that. 49-31 the score. Jenna to the line. Toss is good. Lady Wildcats have 32 on the board here. 7 minutes to play in the ballgame. Lady Wildcats start district play coming up, and that'll be coming up on Tuesday when the Lady Wildcats take on Powell. Then a week from tomorrow, they take on the Central Bobcats. Thomas Cox in the house here. Good to see Thomas, of course, and the little one. Thomas, good to see you.
Hey, Dave. Good to see you.
Who's this little one?
This is Jude.
Doesn't want to talk. Good to see you. Shot is up good. There's a bomb knocked in there by the Hayworth, and here comes Lindsey Cleveland down the floor with a shot. No good. Draws the foul, and will go to the free throw line. Zach Dorman doing camera work. Ben George is down on the floor someplace. Lee Wexler doing the scoreboard and keeping up with rebounds and steals. Mark doing the points. Lindsey to the free throw line. The Wildcats are down 20 now. I mean, the first half was very competitive. I mean, it was a 3-point game at the half, but it's been all Alcoa here in the second.
Yeah, it's kind of a tale of different quarters, David, and it's actually the Lady Wildcats' turn to turn it up, but I'm not sure they've got much in the gas tank for that as Lindsey Cleveland goes to the free throw line. She now has 5 points. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
52-33 the score. Second toss-up is no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tornadoes. They're moving right to left if you're listening to us on the radio. Oh, boy, good screen by Bremer. Ready to block and a late whistle. It is a foul probably against Jenna. A little late whistle there, and it'll be them going to the free throw line. The line, I think, will be Kara Pitts. I believe that's her. 52-33 the score. Lady Wildcats trailing. 6:17 to play in the ballgame. 7 points in the ball game, 2 of 2 from the line. Now 3 of 3, and the Lady Wildcats are down 20 once again. What was the score at halftime? I think it was 24-21.
It was, yes.
So Lady Wildcats have only scored 12 points total here in the second half. Free throw is missed, but they have the rebound. Jenna rips the ball, tries to rip it away, then blocks the shot. Nice play by Johnson. And then Zay gets it, and then they get a shot off. No good. Knocked out by a hustling Jenna Johnson. Zayana gets up okay. She took a nasty tumble the other day. I think it was against South Doyle where she had to sit the whole second half of the ball game. And that might be a reoccurrence of that. She took a nasty little tumble, and Bella Boone's going to come back in the ball game playing with 4 fouls right now. 6:05 to play in a 20-point game. Their basketball. Number 5, Macy Rich for 3. Missed it. Bella comes in, gets a rebound. Looks for help, gives it over to Jenna Johnson. Here come the Lady Wildcats, Lindsay Cleveland. Lindsay drives, left elbow, stops, gives it over to Demetria Strickland. Demetria dribbles at the free throw line, stops, goes back door to a cutting Jenna for a shot. Good. Nice little one-handed shot, and she's got 12 points in the ball game. And the Lady Wildcats trail 53-35. 5:39 to play here in the ball game. Here comes the Lady Tornadoes down the floor. They're working into number 11. They get a shot off, no good. Rebound to Alcoa. Lady Tornadoes pits with it. Around the horn it goes to Hayworth. Hayworth drives inside, kicking it out once again for a 3. Ridge off the rim, no good. Jenna Johnson on the rebound. Lady Wildcats trying to push it up the floor. Jenna down the floor, gives it off to Demetria. They give her a 3. She won't take it. 2 dribbles right, all the way to the baseline. Goes in for the shots. No good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Demetria to Jenna. Jenna drives. Free throw line jumpers up. No good. Rebound Bella. Bella Boone kicks the ball back out. Demetria Strickland for 3. No good. Rebounded again by Oak Ridge. Taken this time by Lindsay Cleveland to Cannon Green. Cannon drives left. Gives it off to Demetria. Drives the paint. Kicks it out. Lindsay Cleveland for 3. No good. Rebound to Lindsay again. Lady Wildcats crashing the boards hard. You can't get anything to fall, though. Here's Cannon for 3. On its way, no good. Again, rebounded by Oak Ridge. Saved away by Lindsay to Demetria to Bella, and she's fouled from the rear. Foul called. The best part of the scenario here is we just kept crashing the boards and getting rebounds, but they couldn't get any shots to fall.
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate that, the shots weren't dropping for the Wildcats, but just a great job hustling to get the rebounds. Not just scratching the board, but even the long rebounds they were getting.
Lady Wildcats down 53-35, 4.5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Remember, the Wildcats will not play tomorrow. Alcoa, their football team, will play Giles County tomorrow in the state championship game. I'm good friends with a guy named Brian Gossett who coaches their line. I was talking to him before the game. I was telling you guys, oh, crime, we're not good. We're not going to win. What do you bet they win by 30 or 40? What do you bet?
Yeah, that's, prototypical coach, David, just kind of sandbagging a little bit.
Lady Wildcats look dead tired down there. I mean, these same girls, and Lindsay Cleveland, I know she sleeps well at night because she's just all over the floor defensively, and she got several of those rebounds, too. As Oak Ridge goes to the line, Bella Boone will go to the line. I don't know if Bella has scored in the ball game. Got in foul trouble early. And she'll go to the free throw line. I think she'll have 2 here. Although they're kind of positioning themselves for one in the bonus as Bella misfires on the free throw. Rebounded by the Lady Tornadoes, number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer down the floor, gives it off to Hayworth. 53-35 Alcoa. Alcoa was a Final Four team a year ago. They launch at 3. It's up, no good. Lindsay Cleveland on the rebound. Harassed and stolen away by Hayworth. She drives in for the shot, and that's an offensive foul called against Kaylee Hayworth. And Lady Wildcats get the ball right back. Lindsay coming off of a hip flexor issue that kept her out the first 3 ball games or so. 10-8, the rebounds right now. Oh, Lindsay Cleveland has 8 rebounds. Thank you. And it doesn't surprise me. She's going to Lady Wildcats, Demetria Strickland with the basketball. Finds Green free. Cannon backs it up to Cleveland. Lindsay looks right, gives it off to Zay. Zay, right elbow, just outside the arc. Pulls up and shoots a 3, no good. Rebound, out of bounds to Oak Ridge. They tried to throw a half-court pass down the floor to number 24, Ansley Pfeiffer, but she had her back turned, just never saw it coming, and it'll be a turnover. Oak Ridge will get it coming down the floor. 3:52 to play in the ball game, an 18-point lead by for the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes. Lady Wildcats have a lot of talent. Good to see you, Thomas. And Cox family as they leave. Of course, Thomas used to do ball games with me years ago, and now he's, of course, works for the church, and he has a lovely wife and son here at Alcoa. Zayana Stewart to the free throw line. Mark?
That's a 10-team foul, so from here on out, the Lady Wildcats will be shooting the bonus. They changed it to 9 team fouls. That's what I had. So it will be, instead of 2 free throws, Zayana Stewart will have the 1 and 1. Zayana on the night, she has 13 points. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
Tosses up, no good. Rebounded by number 5, Macy Ridge. Working hard on defense in the rear court. Lady Wildcats still playing hard. Can't fault their effort as they work the ball to the midcourt line. They have a reach-in foul. And a timeout, I guess, was called. Nope. It is going to be their basketball, side court. 3:30 to play in the ball game. 53-35 to score. To work the ball in will be Macy Ridge. Ridge holds it, gives it out to Hayworth. Wanted to drive against Jenna Johnson. That's never a good idea. They work the ball to the right corner to Brimmer outside the line. They back up to the midcourt circle. Last year, Oak Ridge won here, and Alcoa won at the Wildcat Arena. Hopefully that'll be the same thing that happens on February the 7th when they come back to play Oak Ridge later. They work the ball down the floor. Shot is up. Good. Foul called against Cannon Green. 3:05 to play in the ball game, and it's a 20-point lead for the Lady Tornadoes. 55-35, and it'll be Alcoa going to the free throw line. Boys game will follow here. You got to figure that Alcoa's boys will be a little shorthanded with their football guys not here. But they're 5-1 anyway without them.
Yeah, you would think so, David, because, naturally a lot of high school teams specifically have a lot of players that play dual sports, at least 2, maybe 3 sports, so you would expect that.
Zayana Stewart off the glass for the shot. Good. Great drive, and I love it when Zayana is aggressive like that because she's really good with the ball in her hands.
She has no fear. That's what she doesn't care how tall you are or how big you are or how far she has to go. She's going in the hole.
Number 5 shoots and scores for them. That is Macy Ridge once again. 58-37, a 21-point lead for the Lady Tornadoes. 2.5 minutes to play in the ballgame. The boys' game will follow. I'll speak to Coach Taylor after the ballgame. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. We'll have the final statistics. Zay harassed, gives the ball to Jenna Johnson to her left. Jenna dribbles left, gives it over to Green. Green head fakes, drives the paint, back to Zay it goes. Zay drives, free throw line, back to Cannon. They need this 3. No good. Rebounded by Hayworth. Down the floor will come the Lady Tornadoes. 58-37. Alcoa with the basketball. I'm not making excuses. The competition has been stern for the Lady Wildcats, but you got to win a few of the ball games against these teams if you want to be one of those teams.
Yeah, I'm wondering if playing the tough competition is adding to the Lady Wildcats' fatigue.
Yeah, and just not having numbers, to be honest with you, as they get a shot off. No good. Rebound, Jenna Johnson. Lady Wildcat basketball. Here it goes. Down the floor to Zayana. Lady Wildcats with 90 seconds to go, trailing 58-37. Jenna might have walked right there. They didn't call it. She's at the paint. Cannon for 3. No good. Rebound to the Lady Tornadoes. Pushing it up the floor. Lady Wildcats have got to be tired. I mean, these girls have played most of the ball game. When Bella got into foul trouble, these girls had to play. As now I don't think they're going to shoot. I think they're just going to run time off the clock. And I doubt Oak Ridge will foul.
Yeah, and I wonder, Jenna, sometimes you look at her and she looks like she's favoring a hip or something. So I'm not sure Jenna's 100% either.
Lady Wildcats down 58-37. Under a minute to play. Playing keep away right now. Zayana still working hard against number 34, Max Brenner, and has her shot blocked away by Jenna Johnson. Nice smackdown there by Jenna. And with 43.7 seconds to play in the ballgame, Oak Ridge trails 58-37. This was a Final Four team a year ago. They get the inbounds in. They get a layup good. Lady Wildcats trailing 60-37. Hasn't been pretty here, Mark, but a lot of basketball to be played this year.
It is. I mean, it's very early in the season, David, and you know, in all the interviews I've heard with Coach Taylor, she's just looking at the process of the nice three-pointer up and good by Cannon Green.
Makes it a 20-point game at 60-40. Here they come down the floor. Got to slow her down. I don't think they'll shoot with 12 seconds. Lady Wildcats still playing hard, reaching in. They might have committed a foul. Team foul number 6 against them. And that's the 5th foul called against Zay. And Bella's going to have to come back in the ball game. Lady Wildcats down 20, 60-40. 9.4 seconds to play. Alcoa's boys about ready to come onto the floor. And Zach, I want you to do something for me. It'll be the Tornadoes to work the ball in. It'll be Hallie Bailey to work the ball in. 9.4 seconds to play. 60-40. Trying to get it in. They do. 8 seconds. They lob it down low to number 2. That's Doherty against Boone. Throws a hook shot up good as the ball game comes to a close. Our final score here from Alcoa, Tennessee. The Lady Wildcats defeated 62-40. Mark, not a pretty ball game, especially in the second half. The first half, very competitive. 3-point game at the half, but it was all Alcoa here in the second half.
Yeah, it really was, David. I mean, they dominated the first quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Lady Wildcats, you got to give them, you know, if you're in a title fight, you'd have to give the Lady Wildcats the second round, but that's about it.
We'll play them again February the 7th at the Wildcat Arena, and the Lady Wildcats hopefully by then will be a little bit better and a little bit more complete of a team. They'll have hopefully the Porters back with them and get a little bit more depth from the younger players. The Oak Ridge Wildcats are out on the floor. Here comes Alcoa. 62-40 the score. We'll take a break. We'll be back to Alcoa High School following this 3-minute timeout. Welcome back once again to Alcoa High School. Joining me now, the head coach, the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, you and I were talking during the break here. Can't fault the effort here. I thought your girls played as hard as they possibly could play. Very short-handed. Basically, with 6 players, Bella got into foul trouble, so basically 5 players had to play the bulk of the ball game. Bella came in when she could. They had to be tired, and you could tell the first half very competitive. 24-21 at the half, but the second half you just kind of wore out, I believe. And I know you got a long bench there, but you have a long, inexperienced bench that cannot play yet against this. And your girls just had to tough it out, and they just ran out of gas against a Final Four team a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming in it was going to be a very physical game, and it was. It was super physical, and we knew it was going to be a transition game. You know, we got down in the first half, and we went into that half-court zone, and these girls fought. Our girls fought, and they came back, and we talked at halftime about how, you know, it's just like at Sevier County. You know, we were right there for a half, and we've got to get a second half just like the first half. And you know, when I don't want to make excuses, but when you were out and when she was out, you're able to make a difference. When she's in defensively, I've always said in high school, if you have a really solid guard and you have a really solid post player, you can be really, really good. They've got 2 solid guards, and then they've got 14 inside, and it's hard. You know, it's hard to guard that because, you know, shoot it so well from the outside. If we help deep, if we go in and help inside, then they're kicking it out for 3. And that comes with stamina, being able to keep the ball in front, being able to be in position, and we've just got to get there. I mean, I told the girls in practice yesterday, I mean, or maybe 2 days ago, like this is, like we can't control our circumstances as far as who's in practice or who shows up for the game, like who's sick, who's hurt, like it's going to happen. I mean, Zay and Jenna get banged up tonight. You know, they fought through that because we're so limited already, and we got to figure out how to take our circumstances and go with it.
Next week, it's all district ball games, starting Tuesday at home against Powell, and then a week from tomorrow against Central. Those games count, and you know, you've got to play your best in the next 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, we play this very tough schedule up front to prepare us for that district. You know, I mean, I feel like our level of play has prepared us for our district, but now, you know, this is where we're playing for seeds. We're playing for positions in the postseason, and so it kind of starts another season for us, like that second season, getting ready for the district.
I'm kind of curious, how are your girls handling this right now, the first 5 games here?
You know, we had our best 2 days of practice these last 2 days. We competed in practice. We went hard in practice. That's all they've got.
Ridge was led in scoring by number 5, Zayana Stewart. She had 15 points. She was, 5 of 11 from the field. She was 3 of 5 O-line. She was 3 of 9 shooting 2s and 2 of 2 shooting 3s. Next was Demetria Strickland. She only had 5 points. She was 1 for 6 from the field, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Lindsay Cleveland, she had 4 points. She was 1 for 1 shooting 3s and 1 of 1. She's 0 for 1 shooting 2s. She was also 3 of 4 shooting, 7 of 22 shooting 2s, 5 of 14 shooting 3s, and Oak Ridge was 11 for 16 at the free throw line. Looking over at Alcoa, Bella Doherty with 5 points. She was 2 for 5 from the field, 1 of 2 shooting 2s, and 1 of 3 shooting 3s. Macy Ridge for Alcoa had 11 points. She was 5 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 on 2s, and 1 for 5 shooting 3s. Kara Pitts with 8 points. She was 2 for 4 from the field, 1 of 3 shooting 2s, and 1 for 1 on 3s. She was also 3 for 4 at the free throw line. Amelia Pfeiffer, 11 points. She was 5 for 7. That was shooting 2s, and she was 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Carly Hayworth led Alcoa in scoring with 19 points. She was 7 for 14 I apologize. Your name has just escaped me. Zach, my apologies. It's our first time information for us.
Yes, I do. And welcome back to Alcoa High School and our coverage of Oak Ridge basketball here on FM 92.7. Tonight, the Wildcats face their toughest test to date against the 5-1 Alcoa Tornadoes. Alcoa is still without several members of their team as their football team prepares to play for the football state title tomorrow against Giles County. The Wildcats led the series 61-30 since the first game in 1949. The two teams will play again February 6th at the Wildcat Arena. Like the Lady Wildcats, the guys will begin district play on Tuesday against the Powell Panthers. Oak Ridge swept the Panthers last season, winning 81-70 at Oak Ridge and 81-71 at Powell. Oak Ridge has won 8 straight in the series. The Panthers are 1-5 on the season, but just this week got their football players back after their loss to West and should be ready to go against their bitter rival, Wapsie Coleman Realty and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We'll take a break and come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off following the 60-second timeout.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Zach. As we have the starting lineups, and Mark, why don't you run down the starting lineup for it?
Starting first for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, they're going to come out with number 1, Lucas Hammonds, followed by number 4, Grayson Strader. Number 10, Brennan Scott. Number 20, Caden Brighthart. And number 23, Bryce Davis.
So I'm guessing they're missing their football guys, or at least some guys that would contribute, but they are 5-1 on the year. So obviously this is a pretty good group we're going to be facing, and the Wildcats and Tornadoes are about as Lucas Hammonds will jump for the Wildcats. Jumping for them is the number owl as the Wildcats come down with a tip. And what are you going to call? It's got to be a foul on number 2. He just slammed Oak Ridge's Price Davis to the floor. Grayson Strader in the right corner, back to Price Davis. To Caden Brighthart. We've played almost a minute and we have yet to score, and there's going to be an offensive player control foul. He wanted to put a post move on him, but he was just a little bit too aggressive.
To do that time, David. You know, maybe a little acting on the defensive side, but that's normal.
Down the floor will come Alcoa, number 5 with it. That'll be All, I believe. Trying to listen to that name. It's spelled A-Y-L. L. And we got a travel call. Good defense. Price Davis causes Brady Hahn, 5'10 junior. Shove is going to be called against number 10, Lucas Hammonds. That's number 2 on him. So Lucas obviously feeling aggressive here in the early going.
Yeah, that's awfully quick to pick up 2 fouls, Dave. We're only a minute in.
Wildcats are going to get Marcus Peters in the ball game. The Wildcats playing now with, let's see, Grayson Strader. Looks like Ray Watson's in the ball game. Bryson Comer and Brennan Scott. Their basketball. Comer guarding number 5, holding a shot. What a move! Marcus Peters has the first 2 points of the game.
Nice job that time. He had to shoot it with the left to avoid the defender, and he did exactly that.
2 to comes the lob. It comes in, saved away by Alcoa. They work the ball out. Number 5 cannot shoot against Ray. Backs one to run. Here comes Ray down the floor. Brings it across to Bryson Comer. Had Brennan early. Couldn't get the ball to him. Marcus Peters is wide open for a 3. Brennan Scott, Marcus Peters, Grayson Strader, Caden Brighthart, and Raekwon Watson. Marcus to work the ball in from the baseline. 4-2 Alcoa. Ball's worked in, wide open. Ray for 3. Good. 3-point shot for Raekwon Watson. His first 3 points, and the Wildcats take the lead. Here comes Alcoa down the floor. They get a shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hahn. Hahn cut off on the baseline there by Grayson Strader. And back on offense, we'll go trail by 2. 9-7 the score. Here comes Raekwon Watson with the basketball. Stops, gives it off to Brennan Scott. Drives right elbow back to Raekwon. Around the Brighthart to Marcus Peters. Drives the baseline, slings it back to Caden for 3. Up to Peters. Can't control the pass. Hit him in the hands, and he looked away just as the ball hit him in the hands.
Yeah, he was looking for opportunities there to either shoot or find somebody open, David, and he just took his eye off the ball.
9-7 Alcoa, 3:08 to play in the first period. The Wildcats have Quez Thomas in the ball game for the first time. The Wildcats getting a lot of bodies in early. Wildcats have Quez and Brennan, Caden Brighthart, Grayson Strader, and Ray Watson. Bounce pass along the baseline to 7. Oak Ridge And against the zone, over it goes to Grayson. Grayson Strader hands it off to Brennan. Cannot penetrate. Slings it over to Brightheart. Brightheart thought about a three, won't take it. Backs it over to Scott. Brennan Scott looks into Grayson. Around the left side it goes to Thomas, into Grayson. On the right block, pulls up, shoots. No good. Gets his own rebound up. Good. Grayson Strader puts it in, and the Wildcats trail by 2. 11-9 the score. 1:52 to play in the first period. For the basketball will come number 2 for them. That's Carter. He's 6'2". He is a junior. They work the ball cross court. Number 11 thought about a three. Dribbles right. Gives it off in the corner to Green. Green drives in the paint. Stripped to the ball. Here's a steal by the Wildcats momentarily. Saved on the floor by the Tornadoes. They drive in for the shot. It rolls off the rim. No good. They get the rebound again. Back up with it, and everybody fouls him. I think Quez is going to be the guy officially committing the foul. It is Thomas with his first foul. Team foul number 4 against the Wildcats. Grayson Strader with 5 rebounds early to lead the Wildcats. To the line will go Carter. 5 points in the game. Brick off the back end of the rim. He'll have another one. 1:28 to play. They're substituting into the ballgame. Number 10, Joseph Carter. Checking out will go Jude Green. Jude's a 6-foot senior. He's a big boy. Back to the free throw line will go Carter. Wildcats down 2. 1:28 to play in the first period. Toss. Good. Chris trails by 3. Here comes Ray. Quickly to Quez. Quez drives in. Shoots. No good. Rebound to the Tornadoes. Bodies all over the floor back in the rear court, and they'll set up their offense. They get a steal for a moment. Wildcats, good hands everywhere. Alcoa by 3, 12-9. With the basketball, Joseph Carter. Picked up by Quez. The Wildcats 4-0 on the baseline. Here comes a near steal. They get a bucket. Good. And a foul. What a mad scramble first quarter. It is just all kinds of scrambling out there. A mad scramble. They have an opportunity for a three-point play. It'll be number 5, Ale, at the line. 17-12, the Wildcats down 5. 12.7 seconds to play, and Ale. First quarter comes to a close. 18-15, Alcoa leads the Wildcats. We're on FM 92.7. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Alcoa High School. David Clary, Marquez, Lee Wexler, Zach Dorman, Ben George, Brian Bennett back in the studios. The Wildcats down 3, 18-15. They've trailed by 6 on 2 different occasions. It'll be Alcoa getting the ball first. Benzie shoots, no good. Gets his own rebound, ripped out of his hands. They call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the basketball. 21-15, the Wildcats trailing. 6:56 to play. I know the stream is bad right now. We apologize for that. Grayson with it. Free throw line. Into Lucas it goes. Goes up for the shot, and he's fouled. Foul called against the Tornadoes. We'll send Lucas Ham to the free throw line. Lucas, I don't want to jinx him, but in the Sevier County.
Yeah, they do. You know, it looks like it, to me, it looks like it starts with number 2, Javian Carter. It's a shot up, no good. Ooh, I'm surprised. I thought the Oak Ridge player jumped in from out of bounds to grab that, but apparently not.
We'll take it as the Wildcats substitute Brennan Scott back in, and Price Davis will check out. The Wildcats playing with Grayson Strader, Raekwon Watson, Brennan Scott, Lucas Hammonds, and Caden Brightheart. 21-17 on the score with the Wildcats down 4 or 1. It remains as that 3 is up, no good. The rebound shots, I think, by Alcoa. Last 2 trips down the floor. Let's see if the Wildcats can take advantage of it. Brightheart with it. Looks inside to Lucas Hammonds. Pulls up and shoots. No good. Wildcats, that was an off-balance shot. Really not a good look. He's able to hit those shots, but that one was a little bit off balance.
Yeah, I mean, the fadeaway there from the post, David, just wasn't a great shot selection in my opinion.
Here comes a near steal by Brightheart, saved away by Hahn. Wildcats down 21-17, 5:18 to play second period. Their basketball. Carter to the hole. Shot is blocked, but a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Wildcats have got to get something going on the inside. We've got an advantage in size.
Hammond picked up his third foul, David.
So Bryson Comer, who was just about to come in, came back to a 5-point Alcoa lead. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. With it will come Raekwon Watson. To Strader, to Bryson Comer. To Ray. The Wildcats go inside. Nice pass. Layup good by Grayson Strader. And that's kind of a mismatch. The 2 4s on one another. Brady Hahn, they list him at 5'10", and Grayson to Quez, to Caden. Caden drives in, no place to go. Has to back it up to Quez. Quez outside the line. He's a good 3-point shooter. Can't get a shot off. Here it goes once again. Brightheart picked up by Green. Dribbles right. There's Quez. He shoots. It's for 3. It is no good. Rebounded by Bryson Comer. Right back up with it. He wanted to. He's fouled. Personal foul goes against the Tornadoes. 23-19 the score. Bryson Comer is a big, strong boy. And he pulled down that rebound. 16 foul called, so no shooting for the Wildcats. It'll be Marcus Peters to work the ball in. 15 foul called against Oak Ridge. And my only hope is we can run them out of the Tornadoes. Wildcats got to figure a way as they get a shot up. No good. Bryson on the rebound to Scott. Brennan Scott coming down the floor. Brennan drives in. Right elbow. Drives right back to Strader it goes. Grayson went up. And the Wildcats are down. And down the floor they'll come. Their biggest margin, 7 points. 26-19. Ray drives to the hole. Shoots. Good. Raekwon Watson off the glass. Going to have to do more of that. Get some penetration. Back to a 5-point game. 2:13 to play in the first half. Here they come down the floor. Coco dribbles. Stops. Hahn for 3. Long range shot way off the mark. Rebounded by Brightheart. Brightheart to Ray. Here comes Raekwon down the floor. Raekwon in the paint. Gives it off to Brennan. Penetrates. Pulls up to Bryson Comer. Layup good. Bryson Comer off the glass. 4 straight points. And here come the Tornadoes down the floor. Back to a 3-point game. Here comes the 3 on its way. Clang off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Brightheart to Brennan. Brennan Scott dribbles. Drive. Shoots. No good. Missed it. On the rebound will come Alcoa. 94 seconds to play. They're driving. They're stopping. They're shooting. Clang. No good. Rebound. I think they're going to call a foul. The 10th team foul. Probably against Brennan. It was a late whistle. Might have been a good call, but it was a really late whistle. That's going to go against Grayson. That'll be his, according to the PA announcer, that'll be his first as they go to the free throw line. Toss is good. Wildcats getting Price Davis back in. Wildcats trying to get some fresh legs in there. Down to 1:28 to play. 27-23, the Wildcats down 4. Free throw, good. They're not putting on any pressure against the Wildcats. Here comes Price down the floor. Price dribbles right. Wildcats, Brennan Scott fakes the 3. Drives in, baseline jumper is off the mark. No good. Kind of forced it just a bit, but I don't have a problem with him trying to shoot. He's maybe the best shooter on the team as they get one up. It is off the rim, no good. The Wildcats look tired, to be honest with you, as that ball is loose on the floor. Bryson picks it up, saved by Hahn. He thought about a 3, won't take it. 5-point Alcoa lead, a minute to play in the first half. 57 seconds and counting. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter swings it out to Hahn, throws one up there off the rim, no good. Rebound, jump ball, alternate possession arrow to Alcoa. Good hustle there by Grayson Strader. Just couldn't get to it. 5-point game, 28-23. Here's Marcus Peters coming into the ball game. Most of the guys on the floor for Alcoa have played a lot of minutes. Their basketball, Wildcats, Marcus Peters steals it. Here goes to Brightheart. Brightheart down the floor. Caden to the hole. Layup. Good. Miscommunication by the Tornadoes on the inbounds, and a nice play by Marcus Peters. 33 seconds to play. Here comes Hahn down the floor. Swings the ball left side to Carter. Carter, 27 seconds to play. 3-point Alcoa lead. 28-25. Tornado basketball. Carter dribbles. Take a charge. Shot is missed. Blocking foul. Tried to block it. All you got to do in that circumstance, Mark, is just stand there. Let him run over you.
Nice lesson, David.
It'll be, once again, Carter at the line. Carter looks dead. He stayed in there the whole time. He's providing a lot of offense for him.
Yeah, I was looking down there. I think they've only gone 2 people deep on their bench. So they're gonna struggle with that in the second half, I would think.
I hope so. Free throw is good. Back to a 4-point game. 18.5 seconds to play. 29-25 Alcoa. Wildcats. Free throw's good. Alcoa substituting Jude Green back in. Oak Ridge currently playing with Raekwon Watson, Grayson Strader, Marcus Peters, Brennan Scott, and Caden Brightheart. 5-point game, 30-25. The Wildcats are down 5. Here comes the Carter, midcourt shot, on target, but no good as the first half comes to a close. Very little stoppage of play there, Mark. Your thoughts on the first half?
I think you said it well after the first quarter, David. It's very chaotic. Just up and down, which up and down basketball is fine if it's organized, but this just seemed, like you said, it's a little bit more chaotic than what we're used to.
30-25 is our score. We're going to take a break, send it back to Brian back at the station. Mark is working on the statistics. Lee is working on his statistics. We'll have a look at the girls' game as well statistically. Plus,
Marquez back here at Alcoa High. Marquez back here at Alcoa High School, where the Wildcats trailed the Tornadoes by a score of 30-25. Look at the scoring for the Wildcats. Let's see. Statistically, Brennan Scott has 6 points for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. With 5 points, it was Ray Watson. He's 2 of 4 from the field. Caden Brightheart has 4 for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Also with 4 points is Grayson Strader. He's 2 of 5 from the field. 2 points added by Marcus Peters. He's 1 of 3 from the field. 2 points also by Lucas Hammond. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Bryson Comer, also with 2 points. He's 1 of 1 from the field. So as a team, I did not calculate the team totals. I'll have to do that a little bit later. Now looking at Alcoa, they were led by, no surprise, Jamin Carter. He has 13 points in the first half. He's 2 of 8 from the field, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Obviously, most of his points coming from the free throw line. 7 points added by Jabril Coco. He's 9 of 13 from the field. Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter, 18-15. Then they're outscored 12-10 in the second quarter, and that's how Alcoa has a 5-point lead, 30-25. Lee?
Thanks a lot, Mark. I'm going to run down just a few more first half statistics here. Looking at rebounds, steals, and turnovers. Oak Ridge with 6 turnovers in the first half compared to Alcoa only with 4. Total rebounds, Oak Ridge with 16 rebounds, Alcoa with only 11, and Oak Ridge had 2 steals in the first half. Individually, Quez Thomas and Ray Watson each with 1 rebound. Grayson Strader led the Wildcats with 5 rebounds. Number 5, Bryson Comer had 3 rebounds, and Brennan Scott had 2 rebounds. Also, Caden Brightheart, 4 rebounds. Number 3, Marcus Peters. Number 20, Caden Brightheart, each had a steal for the Wildcats. Looking over at Alcoa, number 2, Javin Carter. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Javin Carter with 4 rebounds for the Tornadoes. Number 4, Brady Hahn with 2 rebounds and turnovers. Oak Ridge, rebounds and turnovers. Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats with 17 turnovers compared to the Lady Tornadoes with 7. So too many turnovers for the Lady Wildcats once again. In total, the Lady Wildcats had 24 rebounds with 3 steals. Lady Tornadoes, 25 rebounds with 1 steal. Individually, Demetria Strickland, 2 rebounds. Zayana Stewart, 5 rebounds. Lindsey Cleveland led the Lady Wildcats in rebounds with 8. Number 24, Cannon Green had 1 rebound, and Bella Boone had 3. Jenna Johnson with 5 rebounds for a total of 24. Also, Lindsey Cleveland with 2 steals, and Jenna Johnson had a steal at a total of 3 steals. Looking over at the Lady Tornadoes, number 2, Bella Doherty had 2 rebounds. Number 5, Macy Ridge had 5 rebounds. With 3 rebounds was number 11, Kara Pitts. 7 rebounds, number 14, Amelia Pfeiffer. Number 23, Carly Hayworth, 3 rebounds. Number 24, Ainsley Pfeiffer had 4. Number 34, Meg Bremer had 1 rebound. That was a total of 25 rebounds. And Alcoa's only steal was number 34, Mac Bremer. So a total, Alcoa Lady Tornadoes, 25 rebounds, 1 steal, 7 turnovers. The Lady Wildcats, 24 rebounds, 3 steals, 17 turnovers. So the theme with the Lady Wildcats in their game was turnovers once again. But we're coming up. We've got about 40 seconds left in this one. I'm going to send it right back over to Mark. Those are our statistics, Mark. We'll send it back over to you.
Demetria Strickland had 5. Vincent Cleveland also with 5. Dan Green had 3. So look at the scoring for the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes. They were led by Carly Hayworth at 19. Also double figures. Amelia Pfeiffer with 11.
About this, and this is my personal opinion. I think we have an advantage inside if we could ever get the ball inside there without picking up fouls.
Yeah, I would agree with you, David. You know, we got quite a bit of side. I mean, between Strader and Hammonds there, I think we could really take advantage of the post.
5-point game. Their basketball after the Wildcats missed shot. Their basketball. There's a hand check away by Hahn. The Wildcats down 3. Their basketball. They've got a 3. It's wide open. It's no good, though. Wildcats, Scott has it. Wildcats wanting to run. Brennan, Caden, Brightheart, layup. He missed it. Rebound by the Wildcats for a second. Loose on the floor by Carter. Down the floor they'll go. Shot is up. No good. They get the rebound. No good. Grayson's got the board. Here come the Wildcats. Mad scramble once again. Here comes Lucas Hammonds inside the Brightheart. Off his fingertips. Saved by Scott. The Wildcats have got to be a little bit more aggressive in guarding the ball. Wildcats down 3, 30-27. Strader with it. Top of the key to Raekwon Watson. Splits the defense and falls down because he's fouled. Personal foul. Really good defense. It was like a wall just all of a sudden shut as he hit it, but they were a little bit slow closing that wall.
Yeah, that foul called on Coco for Alcoa, David. That's his first of the game, first of the half.
On that Coco, it'll be Oak Ridge basketball, and it comes to Strader. And it goes Brennan Scott. The Wildcats down 3 with a basketball. Brennan looks inside, shakes, bakes, goes inside. Lucas Hammonds off the glass. No good. Little short. He normally gets those to fall, but not tonight. Here they come down the floor. Hahn for 3. No good. Rebounded by Strader. They're a little cold coming out of the break. Here comes Brennan down the floor. Brennan Scott. Free throw line. Jumper on his way. That is no good. On the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Bryson Comer is going to come into the ball game. Lucas Hammonds is going to check out. Can't say the Wildcats haven't had their opportunities here in the first few moments.
No, they definitely have, David. Just, you know, some of them have fallen, but unfortunately that last one just didn't. 30-27,
Alcoa in the lead. The Wildcats pressing hard. There's a turnover. Travel called against number 10, Joseph Carter. Good defense by the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge will get it. Down 3, 5:39 to play third quarter. We know the stream is bad on the video. We apologize for that. We just don't have a good internet signal in here. I apologize for that. As the Wildcats, Caden Brightheart's going to try to work it in, and he does. In it comes to Ray Ray. Wildcats look into Comer. Grayson's.
But he did run over the defender there.
Alcoa basketball. Wildcats pressing once again. They work it in, and it comes to number 11. That'll go. Got it by his Strader. Raekwon for 3. Good. 3-point shot for Raekwon. And Coach Green will call a timeout. Back to a 3-point game, 33-30. We'll hold it right here. I know we haven't gotten a lot of breaks in, but great ball movement that time, finding Ray Ray free for a wide open 3.
Oh yeah, that was phenomenal. Started on the on the baseline, went out to the right baseline there, all the way out, and just circled around to Ray Ray, who was on the left elbow over there for 3. Really nice shot.
I'm looking at Coach Green, and he's pleading with his guys to do something. They're playing hard. This game is so chaotic, trailing 4:50 to play third quarter. Their basketball, Alcoa that is. A.J. Love will work the ball in from the baseline. Beautiful gymnasium. We've been here several times. In fact, we were the very first team to ever play in this gym, honestly, against Alcoa. As they work the ball across the line, number 10 drives against Bryson. Almost walked with it. They leave a 3-point shooter open again. He knocks it down. That's Jabril Coco, and the Wildcats are down 6. Oak Ridge, Caden Brightheart looks into Bryson Comer. Can't get the ball to him. The Wildcats trying to move the ball. Here comes Brennan Scott. No good. Bryson, a big board, gives it back to Ray Ray. Back to Caden Brightheart. Lefty puts it up there for 3. No good. Track down. Last touch by Oak Ridge. It'll be their basketball. Coco has been very dangerous here in the second half with a couple of threes. Moving the paint there, right down the middle of the lane.
Yeah, he's a very athletic player there for Alcoa, David. He has 15 points to lead all scorers.
Straight up with the basketball, looks into Bryson Comer. Brennan Scott for 3. Good. 3-point shot for him. Feet down there. And Danny Chandler missed that one badly. It'll be their basketball, not a shooting violation, but he missed that one. That's one of the few bad ones they've really had.
Yeah, and, that's unfortunate. And apparently Comer went French. He's Comer now.
Here they come down the floor, and they're going to get great defense as Caden Brightheart and Bryson Comer run number 2 Carter out of bounds. So the Wildcats will get it on their turnover. But Oak Ridge trails by 5. There's only 3:19 to play. These quarters just flying on by here. Wildcats with it. Here goes Bryson Comer. Ball is saved by Grayson Shore as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Ray, Caden, Brightheart to Bryson. Tornadoes down the floor. Coast to coast. They'll drive with Green. Shoots and scores. Jude Green off the glass. And Coach Ryan Collins calls the timeout. We need one ourselves. 40-38. The Wildcats down 2. 2:12 to play third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. David Clary, Mark Hayes, Lee Wexler, Zach Dorman, Ben George, Brian Bennett back here at Alcoa. Oak Ridge down by 2. 1:46 to play. Ray throws the ball away. Taken on the floor by the Tornadoes. Shot is up. Good. Wow. And I think Danny Chandler has just warned maybe the Oak Ridge bench that conversation is taking place. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball down 2. 42-40 to score. Minute 38 to play. I don't know what happened there, but Wildcats.
Possibly Coach Green's father had something to say to the ref. I'm not sure.
I think that's probably correct. Oak Ridge basketball. Here's Ray with it. Outside the line. Dribbles in. 3-pointer. Lefty off the glass. Shot no good. Not a good-looking shot that time by Ray. Really kind of forced that one a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely forced that one, David, and it was kind of way off to the right. Talking about forcing it.
They're going to call a foul on the floor against Oak Ridge. Thought they might call it travel there. There was a lot of contact, though. 42-40 the score. It'll be Alcoa basketball. They lead Oak Ridge with 1:12 to play.
Brightheart picked up his second foul, David.
We got to get him a little bit more involved in the offense as they work the ball in. Then it comes to Carter. Carter throws the ball away. Intercepted by Grayson. Grayson in the rear court. Gives it off to Raekwon. Here comes Ray down the floor. The Wildcats. Grayson Strader dribbles, drives. Brightheart dribbles in. Gives it out to Ray. The Wildcats hold the ball. Now Ray attacks. Goes in. Blocking foul called against the Alcoa Tornadoes. 55.5 seconds to play, third quarter. Oak Ridge trailing Alcoa 42-40. The Tornadoes, 16 seconds to play. Coco, you got to guard him. He can shoot. 42-42 the score. 10 seconds to play, third quarter. He drives left, picks up his dribble. That's a travel. I think there was deflection there, but it is a travel, and Oak Ridge gets it with 6 seconds.
Yeah, our player knocked the ball, but it kind of rolled down his leg, so the kind of, ooh.
Here comes Grayson with 3, Grayson with 2. Ball is knocked out with 0.9 seconds. Wildcats never had good court. Wildcats never had good court spacing right there at all. 0.9 seconds. All they can do is heave it. 3 quarters of basketball in the books. The Wildcats and Tornadoes are tied at 42. We'll be back to Alcoa for an exciting finish in 60 seconds.
You're fired. Yeah, I mean, the stream's probably still on the second half of the girls' game, right?
Welcome back to Alcoa High School. 42-42 our score. The Wildcats and Tornadoes tied as we play in the fourth quarter here. Their basketball, Coco with it. Guarded by Brennan Scott. The Wildcats have Bryson Comer in the ballgame. Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, Bryson Comer. Number 2 drives in against Caden in the paint. Pulls up and shoots short. Grayson Strader has the rebound. Wildcats down the floor. Brennan Scott dribbles outside the line. He wants to fire one up from 3. Dribbles the paint and lost it on the floor. Saved by Grayson, and he gets possession and calls timeout as he was sliding on his back. Mark Haste.
Yeah, I think he was doing the sliding and Coach Green was calling the timeout at the same time.
30 seconds timeout called by Oak Ridge.
Why don't you run down the scoring to this point in the game?
Oak Ridge led scoring by Brennan Scott. He has 16 points. Peters also with 2 points, and Lucas Hammond with 2 points as well.
Looking at rebounds, Oak Ridge with 21 rebounds, Alcoa 17. Oak Ridge has turned the ball over 7 times so far. Alcoa as well, also has turned the ball over 7 times. Grayson Strader leading the Wildcats with 8 rebounds. David.
Thanks, Lee. See Coach Scott Cummings across the way there, head coach of the Oak Ridge football team. Taking in basketball here. His son Connor on the team is yet to see action. We haven't played a whole lot of players tonight as the Wildcats have the ball tied at 42. In it comes, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Caden Brightheart. Back it goes to Scott, to Ray, into Bryson, turning, spinning. Wanted to go up for it, he is fouled. Foul called against the Tornadoes, I think against Ale. I'm not sure. Nope, it's going to be Carter. Jonathan Carter, that's their 3rd team foul. 42-42 the score. The ball is worked into Grayson Strader. Strader backs it up to Ray. Ray penetrates, had a shot. Grayson thought about a 3, will not take it. 42-42 the score. Brightheart driving against his man, pulls up, shoots. Good! Wildcats in the lead. 44-42. They've trailed by as many as 8. They trailed most of the first
42.
6:54 to play in the ball game here. Good. Brightheart had good position, but is ripped out of his hands by number 11, Coco. Here they come down the floor. tied at 44. 6:08 to play. Hahn drives, shoots, clang, late whistle, foul called against Oak Ridge. I believe it's going to go against Raekwon Watson. That's going to send Brady Hahn, 5'10" junior, to the free throw line. 44-44, Alcoa. Free throw missed. He'll have another one. 2 points in the ball game.
0 of 1 now from the line.
Thank you, Mark. Trying to give his team the lead. He does. 45-44, 6:05 to play in the ball game. It's going to come down to the very last second. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor. Caden Breithine. Oak Ridge by 1, 46-45, 5:25 to play in the ball game.
That'll be Hahn's first foul of the game, David. Going to the line for the Wildcats will be Bryson Comer. He's got 4 points in the ball game. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line.
He'll have 2 shots, fouled in the act of shooting. Free throw is good. A little hoarse there, Mark. I'm sorry. 45. With the basketball will come Carter. Carter drives, shoots, no good. Grayson has the rebound. 48-45 the score. The Wildcats by 3 with the basketball. Raekwon Watson with the basketball. Exactly 5 minutes as they call a kickball, and that was going to be another layup by Bryson Comer.
Yeah, the thing that I noticed, David, Carter, he had 13 points in the first half. He only has 15 total. If you don't foul him, he doesn't go to the line, and you can contain him much better.
Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats, Brennan Scott with it. Around the screen by Comer. Gives it out to Bryson. Bryson drives to the free throw line. Gives it off to Breithart. Breithart looks to Grayson. Back to Ray Ray to Breithart. Cross court to Comer. Comer looks inside of Ray Ray. Right block. Caden. Breithart dribbles. Drives. Blocking foul, I think, should have been called because he turned his oh, that's terrible. He turned. That's a foul. It'll be their basketball. 4:38 to play. Breithart commits his 3rd personal foul. Their basketball. Here comes Coco down the floor. Coco lost it, grabbed on the floor, picks up his dribble, fires it, gives it. We got to get a hand in that guy's face.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, David. As you said, Comer goes to the line. He's doing a great job.
For the Wildcats, his team up by 1, 49-48, 4:10 to play in the basketball game. Coco giving the 3 again. He nailed it again. All day long. And they lead by 2. You got to get a hand in his face. I can see that from up here. Oak Ridge basketball. Hammond's back in the ball game for the Wildcats. To Ray Ray. The Wildcats down 51-49. 3:47 to play. Brennan Scott inside of Lucas Hammonds, goes off his fingertips. They say last touch by Coco. Wildcats might have caught a break.
That was a really good pass. Unfortunately, Hammond just wasn't quite ready to receive that, but if he had been, it would have been another 2 points for the Wildcats.
Breithart to work the ball in. Yet to do it. Now goes to Hammonds. Goes up for the shot. He's fouled. It's going to be fouled by number 10, Joseph Carter. His second, Lucas Hammonds, to the free throw line. Wherever number 11 is, I hope somebody's in his face the next trip down the floor. It'll be Lucas Hammonds to the free throw line. 51-49. 2 points in the ball game for Lucas, and he misfires. He had made 9 consecutive free throws until that shot right there. 51-49. Toss. He missed them both. And big misses there. Wildcats back on defense. Got to get a stop on defense, down 51-49. With the basketball will come Carter. Bounce pass to Hahn. Hahn a 3. It's good. 3-point shot, and the Wildcats are in a little trouble here. Here comes Brennan Scott for 3. He knocks it down. Wildcats call a timeout. It's a full timeout. Wildcats down 2, 54-52. Brennan Scott, a big 3-pointer.
He's got 19 points in the ballgame, David. And let's see, at the end of the first half, he only had 6. So he scored 13 points here in the second half.
54-52 the score. The Wildcats down 2. 3 minutes, 17 seconds. 3 just a moment ago. They hand it off to Carter. 3:08 to play. Breithart guarding Carter at the midcourt circle. 54-52. They've got the floor spread for Carter to drive, I would assume. Now to Coco in the left corner. 2-point game. There's of Bryson Comer out of bounds. They missed a travel down here, but the Wildcats missed a bunny on the other end.
Yeah, they did, unfortunately, David, as Alcoa will have the ball under the Wildcats basket.
54-52, the Wildcats trailing it. 2:35 to play, and wants to take Grayson in the paint. Pulls up, shoots, no good. Bryson Comer with the basketball. I don't think that's the shot they wanted, Mark.
No, he knew
Oh,
it.
Bryson walks with it.
That was a turnover by the Wildcats.
Tough going there for Bryson Comer. He got the ball. I think he saw the lane open up wide and just took an extra step. Good call by the official. 54-52, but still a 2-point Alcoa lead. Oak Ridge has had some opportunities, haven't been able to capitalize on them. Here's Carter against Brightheart. Shooting, no good. Here comes Hahn driving. Shot is no good. Offensive player control foul again. Minute 26 to play. Wildcats have had their opportunities, 3 straight trips, but Alcoa has had their opportunities too. Neither team able to capitalize, but Alcoa still has the lead.
Yeah, the game is just getting more and more tense as the clock ticks down, David. We've been stuck at 54-52 here for a little while.
Minute 26 to play in the ball game. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Not exactly sure what play is stopped. Whatever the reason is. I don't know. Coach Green is calling Marcus Peters out of the game. Bryson Comer is going to check in. As Marcus has been in the game for a while. I don't know if he's bleeding or what, but he's out. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats changed their inbounds play here. It'll be Grayson to work it into Raekwon. 5th Tornadoes, Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Strader will try to work the ball, and then it comes to Brightheart. Brightheart takes his man strong. He lost the ball. Wildcats just can't get it done here in the last 6.4 seconds. The Wildcats desperately need another stop.
Yeah, they do, and I think the key is don't foul either, because Alcoa seems to be forcing up some shots right now.
Scored
62-40.
So they lost by 22, but it was a close game in the first half, but just so limited with the amount of players they have in terms of experience and just ability to come out and play in a tough game, and they got beat. And it was a tough loss for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, it was, and I wasn't able to hear the interview with Coach Taylor, but it sounds like, she recognizes that, we're early in the season. We're playing some really tough competition.
54-52, Oak Ridge trailing. Almost a turnover there. The Wildcats trapping. Here it goes to Hahn. Hahn got it by Marcus Peters. Dribbles right. They work out of trouble. Here comes the trap. 5 seconds should have been called. It was not called. It'll be a foul called against Oak Ridge. It'll go against Marcus Peters. 43.4 seconds to play. It is the 7th team foul. 1 in the bonus. To the line will go Brady Hahn. Wildcats playing with Marcus Peters along with Grayson Strader. Wildcats have Caden Brightheart and Ray in the ball game. Brennan Scott. Hahn will have 1 in the bonus. Here's the 1. He missed it. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Brightheart's got it. Here come the Wildcats, down by 2. 54-52, 38 seconds to play. Marcus Peters with the basketball. Who wants to take this final shot? Brightheart dribbles, drives, inside, Ray, tie game. 54-54, great play by Oak Ridge. Brightheart, I believe he was the guy to give it to Ray to tie it, but unfortunately, there's 28 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah, but you got to take the 2 points when you got them, David. And I think the Alcoa defense was just over pursuing there, trying to be very aggressive, which you can't fault them for that. But they left Ray wide open underneath.
54-54 the score. I'm going to let you talk for a second. I'm going to grab something real quick.
All right, as you said, David, Oak Ridge, they tied it up 54-54 with 28.1 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Been a very exciting ballgame, kind of been back and forth here, especially in the second half. Oak Ridge trailed at the end of the first quarter, 18-15. Then they trailed at the half, 30-25, so they were outscored in the second quarter, 12-10. Wildcats in the second half really picked it up, outscoring them Tornadoes 17-12. in the third quarter, and now it's tied up 54-54 with 28.1 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
Alcoa basketball. The Wildcats have Marcus Peters, Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, Ray in the ball game, Caden Brightheart. Oak Ridge cheerleaders made a ton of noise. They worked the ball to Carter. Carter trapped in the rear court, gives it off to Coco. Coco with it to Hahn. 22 seconds to play. Hahn, left side, three-pointer. Flying off the iron, no good. Brennan Scott's got the rebound. Brennan Scott, coast to coast, finger rolls it, good! Oak Ridge on top. Oak Ridge leads 56-54, 11.2 seconds. The Wildcats, a great finger roll bucket there by Brennan Scott.
Oh, just you could tell, David, he was determined to go down and score, and he just weaved in and out of the defenders by Alcoa and just went all the way. And as you said, finger roll with the right hand.
But 11.2 seconds to play. The good news is the Wildcats have the lead, 56-54. I was trying to get Lee Wexler to find when the last time we played overtime. It has been a while since the Wildcats played overtime. Hopefully 2000 and, well, check the other page. There might be 2 pages there. Yes, 2016. And who was it against? Davy Crockett. 2 games. You remember those?
Oh, no.
One at the Arby's Classic, one in the sectional ball game, both overtime ball games.
Yeah, those 2 games against Davy Crockett that year were phenomenal games.
Alcoa basketball. Oak Ridge on top, 11.2 seconds to play, leading 56-54. Tornadoes. A 3 will win it. A 2 will send us to overtime. 7 seconds. Carter dribbling. 3 blocks it. Oak Ridge blocks the shot. Oak Ridge wins. Oak Ridge is going to win. Carter, Grayson Strader blocks the shot. Grayson Strader smacks his stuff to the hardwood. 0.3 seconds to play.
Carter, who had done everything for the Alcoa Tornadoes, just key play there by Strader blocking that shot. Oak Ridge got the ball, went down. Ray took the ball down. He got fouled, went to the line, didn't make the free throw, but it didn't matter.
56-54. Listen to my voice. The Wildcats win. So let's take a break here. We'll let you compile the stats. We'll also get Coach Green up here. 56-54 Wildcats. Back to Alcoa High School in 3 minutes.
Welcome back to Alcoa High School, where the Oak Ridge Wildcats are victorious over the Alcoa Tornadoes, 56-54. Oak Ridge gets the split on the night. Lady Wildcats fall to the Lady Tornadoes, 62-40, whereas the Wildcats, the boys, are victorious, 56-50. Number 5, Bryson Comer with 5 rebounds. Number 10, Brennan Scott, 4 rebounds. Number 11, Ray Watson. Ray had 6 rebounds. And then number 20, Caden Bright, likewise turned the ball over 9 times. Alcoa with 19 total rebounds. Number 2, Javin Carter with 5 rebounds. Number 4, Brady Hahn as well, 5 rebounds. Number 11, also number 11, Jabril Coco, also 5 rebounds. Number 12, A.J. Love with 2 rebounds. Number 5, Morrow Ale, and number 10, Joseph Carter, each had a rebound. Javin Carter and number 10, Joseph Carter, each had a steal, only 2 steals on the night for Alcoa. Both teams with 9 turnovers. Oak Ridge 33 rebounds, 5 steals. Alcoa 19 rebounds, 2 steals on the night. And I'm going to send it over to Mark. I believe he is finished or is finishing up with the final stats.
Thank you very much, Lee. Leading scorer for the Wildcats tonight was Brennan Scott. He finished the game with 21 points. He was 8 of 16 from the field. Also in double figures, Ray Watson had 12. He was 5 of 12 from the field. Also scoring for the Wildcats with 8 points was Caden Brightheart. He was 4 of 8 from the field. 7 points added by Bryson Comer. 2 of 2 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 6 points for Grayson Strader. 2 for 7 from the field. 2 points added by Marcus Peters early in the ball game. He was 1 of 3 from the field. 2 points also for Lucas Hammonds. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. As a team, the Wildcats were 22 of 54 from the field. They were 15 of 30, so exactly 50% from two-point land, 7 of 24 from three-point land, and they were 5 of 10 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Alcoa Tornadoes, they were led in scoring by Jabril Coco. He had 19 points. He was 7 of 11 from the field. Also in double figures was Javin Carter. He had 15 points in the ball game. Interesting thing, he had 13 at half, so Oak Ridge held him to only 2 points in the second half. He was, 3 of 15 from the field, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. 7 points added by Joseph Carter. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 6 points by Brady Hahn. He was 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Morrow Ale, he had 3 points. A.J. Love with 2 points, and Jude Green with 2 points as well. The interesting thing, David, after the first quarter, Oak Ridge trailed 18 to 15, and then in each quarter, Alcoa.
I thought, honestly, I'll let you just comment on everything I say. Tell me if I'm wrong. I thought you had an inside advantage, but you got into foul trouble early on with Lucas, so he kind of was not really able to go. I thought Bryson Comer gave you some really good minutes when he was in there. He doesn't look to score as much, but he was good for rebounding, and I thought he was very solid. And Grayson was solid the whole time, and you just continue to fight. I mean, you just continue to make plays. Fortunately, they missed a free throw there at the end, gave you the opportunity. Brennan kept you in it with his long-range shooting, and it had a great drive. Finger roll his long-range shooting, and it had a great drive. Finger roll in, was a big shot down.
Other than 2, those other guys can shoot it. Obviously number 11 had 4 threes the second half. 10 can shoot it. 4 can shoot it. So when you have a really good player like Carter, and you're trying to doubling some, somebody's open for a period of time. And we worked on it the last couple of days, and, when they started making threes like that, we made, they were, it's hard to explain, I guess, without seeing it on video, but they were ball screening so I wanted to keep Caden on, we wanted to keep Caden on too. He's our best defender. So what they started doing is they started ball screening with number 2. Well, one of the threes he made, he was supposed to go under. That was the first ball screen they set for 11, and he come off and made that one. I think the other, maybe 1 or 2 others, when like in a scramble situation in transition, he got loose, and he just, that happens sometimes. But if those don't go in, you're like but he made them. I mean, but it was the first time we were down most of the game. We
got down by 8.
Yeah, we battled. Brendan kept us in it offensively. We've got to have good balance. We got to have other guys. We got other guys that can score. I'm just looking here at the box score. I think Brennan ended up at 21. Ray played. Ray didn't start Ray tonight. Just how he did come out the bench. He had 11. And Caden had 8. So I guess he went over the stats, but it's the first time I really looked at him. But Lucas Hammonds had a tough night. I thought Marcus Peters gave us some good minutes.
He did.
He gave us some good minutes.
Bryson Comer did too.
He did too. Bryson, and again, we got some guys where we got some options, and most of the conversations during the timeouts is, what's our best defensive lineup? Who's, Lucas was struggling, Bryson stats, but again, good group. I'm glad, God, we found a way to win the game, but we got so much stuff we can improve on.
Talk about that block there at the end of the game.
You know, it's funny. I wish you could have heard the conversation with the coaches on the timeout. I almost had, they kept telling me we almost talked too much on the as a staff, but I was debating on going to a 2-3 zone the last possession, just because I thought 2 was no, and most of them said just go solid. I was okay. So we, they set a ball screen for 2, and we switched, and Grayson did a good job. He switched on to 2. I would, surprised he didn't drive Grayson. Grayson's long, and he got a piece of it. Great play by Grayson, and just play by Grayson, and we made some. Brennan had a good bucket there down the stretch, going the hole. So we had some big plays, and they're tough to guard, especially when they're making threes like that. And but again, I'm proud of our guys. We battled, found a way to win. But games coming up, it's hard to believe it's went by pretty fast. Got Powell come to town, be our first home game in a while. And I'm looking forward to playing at home.
November the 15th, I think.
I don't know who scheduled that, right?
Right.
But I honestly have no clue about Powell. I checked a little bit today, just looking at some scores. I don't have this confirmed. I don't think Aiden Green's playing. It really doesn't matter if he is or isn't. We'll prepare the same way. They've struggled some, but you just don't know how many. Until I get some tape under my belt, you just don't really know how many football guys they've had out. So Powell's Powell. Coach Barnes does a great job with his team. They'll play hard. They'll be ready to play us. I can guarantee it. And come fill it up. We had a good student section our last home game. Come and watch. Should be 2 pretty good ball games when Powell comes to town for sure. Then Central on Friday. Some teams are going to defend you well. We didn't get a lot of transition stuff, but again, find a way to win a 56-54 ball game. I don't like playing them like that. I feel like Kevin O'Neill back in the day when I played. When games of 46-44, but a good win back in the day when I played. When games of 46-44, but a good win, and we'll just keep getting better. And I like this team. I don't know. I don't know how good we can be, but we can be a lot better. I can assure you that.
Coach, have a good weekend.
All right, thanks, David.
Wildcats win at 56-54. Let's get Mark in for his final comments here. Lady Wildcats, unfortunately, they lost by 22 tonight. But, Mark, great win. You can tell by my voice. Whenever my voice is gone, something good has probably happened, and that's what happened tonight. Come from behind win, trailing most of the ball game, block shot, just preserve the win, and Oak Ridge is 5-0.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of it was a close game throughout the whole game. I think that the largest lead that Alcoa had.
We won't broadcast on the radio on Tuesday, but we will next Friday against Central. For Ben George, Zach Dorman, Brian Bell.